right, I'm back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Oh, no. There we go, baby. We back in the building. We up in here, man. It's been a while. We ain't go on this morning. I didn't go on Friday. But guess what? We got us a guest in the building. We got my boy Rock. Remember, the last time my boy had some tequila or whatever he drinking, he got sick, man. He had 2 chicken sandwiches and 3 different vodkas. My boy was wilding out, man. But he's drinking. Hopefully, he don't get sick tonight. And we can't get sick with my boy in the building, man. We got my Brody, DBro, in the building tonight, man. Rock, before we get to you, DBro, how you feeling, man? I don't mean to put you on pause, Rock, but we got to holler at the Brody, man.
I'm good, baby. We sitting here vibing on candles and stuff before we hit it live on this, man. It's all vibes right now, dude.
We did. Look, I even brought up a little, I always like to play a little bit of music when we first get this intro. I said, Brody, come in, man. Let's get a little trap rock in the building. You feel me? So we got a little bit of that trap beat going on. Rock, how you feeling, Playboy? How you going over there, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, my neck got hella burnt on Memorial Day. It's on fire right now. I was at the grill for like an hour, so that's the only thing. But outside of that, I'm super excited to have DBro on the show. I'm super excited to be able to draft with both of you guys and with the people that we got on the stream. So
100%, man, 100%. And before we got on this show, that's why we was running late, man. The candle conversation got real, man. So we was in here talking about our office spaces, how we feel, how we like to smell. And I told Brody, man, I was gonna go in the cut. What you got over there, Brody? What you got, man? What you got?
I got sage and incense and coconut, baby. That's what I'm rocking. I hit y'all with the 101 in the chat, dude.
You did.
The Woodwick humidor, baby. The Woodwick candles are how you go, because when I'm sitting here in the office all day and I'm working on ranks or I'm writing or whatever I'm doing and stuff, it's the mix of, it's all vibes, dude. So it's the mix of, I got the music playing and I got the Woodwick going over there and just a little popping in the background, dude. So like you say, Fizz, you gotta get it popping every day, dude.
You gotta get it popping, bro. And look, man, let me bring out a couple of my sneaky ones, man. I gave moms a couple Mother's Day, gave some out, but I got this vanilla bean ice cream, man. Listen, popping, baby. I'm gonna tell you right now. This company called Goose Creek, man. They got, bro, you know I'm a fat kid at heart, man. The strawberry shortcakes, man. You know what I'm saying? You want your house to smell like strawberry shortcakes, baby?
Go.
And
shout out to HEB too, man. I'm not a sponsor of the show, but HEB got some good candle prices, dude.
And listen, man, I got the peanut butter jelly. Look, I'm gonna tell you something.
No, you don't.
Hey, Brody, listen, I'm gonna tell you something funny. I was in here with a candle lit in my house, right? I said, man, that smelled good. And Rock said, what you over there got some peanut butter jelly? And I said, how the hell you know that? It was a peanut butter jelly.
Why would that be the first guess, dude?
The man is a psychic, bro. I trust everything he said from now on.
I would have never thought that.
He literally said that. He said it out loud, and it was right beside me. No lie. I never showed it. I don't know how this man found that out, man.
I got one question, okay, Fizz? One question. You got a peanut allergy?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I was like, are you compensating something? Like, I've never had a PBJ in my life, but I love the candle.
Nah, man, I just had them, man. I ain't know I had the music playing, but I just had it. I just tried this place called Goose Creek. Shout out to them, man. They just got every flavor, every kind. They got Willy Wonkas, all type of stuff, man. So I holler at them. Goose Creek, check them out, D-bro. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. All I'm gonna tell you.
I'll be Googling it later. I'm not, no lie.
No lie, man.
I'm running low, man. I gotta have the candle stash. Gotta be high.
There we go, man. But we glad to have you here, man. Actually, while we here chapping and running our miles, man, that's why we was come on 5 minutes early to give us a little bit of time. Brody, I did tell you, I didn't want you to log into the mock. Yeah, I wanted you to get your position first, right? So I'm gonna put it in chat for y'all in a second. I know they probably like, man, hurry up, right? So this draft right here is rounds 1 through 3. You draft rookies. Round 4 and beyond, you draft the vets. But with that being said, it's not a third round reversal. So if you pick, let's say pick 110, you'll have the chance in the 4th round to get that Josh Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels. The later you pick, the earlier you pick when the vets come. It's basically, how it's set up.
Got it.
If you pick that 101 and you want Ward or Genty or whoever, you'll have that swing back with a CeeDee Lamb, Neighbors, that late round with it's like that, right? So I just give you a heads up, gives you the guess. I don't know where you're going to pick, but I will say this. The one thing I learned about this format for me, I'm not the biggest quarterback. I am now. Mike kind of got me in this thing, man.
Oh, well, I was fixing to say. I mean, that eventually gets ingrained in everybody when you hang around with Mike. I mean, I'll be repping today.
I just became that. But I will say this. The cheat code to me, especially in the class like last year with those quarterbacks, if you can get a guy like Cam Ward in this draft, it sets you so that when you miss out on those Josh Allen's, Jaden Daniels in that swing back pick in the 4th round, you already got your guy. You got a quarterback. So now you could just build on top versus you going receiver, running back, receiver. Now you in the 6th round, like, man, I need a quarterback bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little insight.
You're just feeling it, man. I mean, I was already going to pick this spot, so I'm just going to go
Fizz, you're giving away too much strategy. DBro is a true professional. He knows what he's doing.
I'm taking the 108. Okay.
All right. Well, so since you 108, Rock, where you going? I sent it to you, right? Did it go through?
Yeah, I was waiting because you yelled at me last time. I picked before Pat did, so I'm just gonna wait until.
Gotta wait for the guess, brother. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting until the guess that he's got the 108.
Yeah.
Choose the violence.
I want to see. Yeah, I'll just snipe him. I'll just go after him right there.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I did the same thing to Pat last week, but I'm gonna let y'all two have some fun, man. We're gonna go on the other side of town this week, man. All right. Other side of town for me. I think I'm gonna speak the truth, man. I'm gonna go 101, baby. 101.
I could tell by the way you were setting it up. I was like, he's going.
That might not be the way I go, but I'm gonna go 101. And for those in the chat that love drafting with us every week, it's in the chat right now. You join the link, first come, first serve, of course. But Brody, like I said, man, this is just a different way. I was up one day just thinking about I like to come up with music.
Fun, dude.
And honestly, I think to me, like I said before we got on, it forces you to put respect on those late round rookies that you might not have taken. And now you already have them on your team. So you don't have to worry about where they fall in ADP. And man, where does Omari and Hampton line up with the other running backs? You already got them. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a cheat code, but it introduces having a rookie draft and a startup at the same time. So that's basically my thought process behind that. And I just say this, man, before we get started, what you think about it so far? You ain't did nothing yet, but what's your thoughts on it? And what you think you might take out of this before we end this draft?
I love it, dude. I mean, I love this format. I'm all for changing up the formats. I'm all for changing up scoring and stuff like that. I mean, after a while, like, I'm not saying it gets stale and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you get tired of the same ADP, you get tired of doing the same startups and stuff like that. So you go down rabbit holes. This is what leads a lot of people to like IDP and stuff because they want a little bit of different flavor of the coffee. And I'm here for it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
So auction drafts. Auction drafts is what I'm all about.
First 3 rounds of rookies, then we got a 3-round, or then you got a reversal, but it is tight end premium and Superflex, right? I'm not missing anything.
Yeah. So Patty Mills put in the tight end premium is always tight end premium, Patty. So to put some respect on it, DBro, I know we talked about tight ends earlier. It's a 2-point tight end premium. So
because nobody counts anything less than that nowadays. It's being actual premium.
You got to put some respect on them. So like I said, we're gonna do first come first serve. But Rob, what was you about to say, bro? I ain't mean to cut you off if I did. I don't know if I did or not, brother.
No, that's okay. No, I was just saying it does get stale, doesn't it, DBro? You have to be able to try different settings. For me, it's all about auctions. That's where I feel like I can really put myself to the test. But I'm very glad that our dude Fizzle Dollars, he came out with this new way of drafting. Just like he said, it takes our rookie drafts and it takes our startups and it puts them into one. So
I love it, dude. And then, so I mean, even to your point to auction, I mean, you like auction because it's what go get you guy season. So
I like auction because you get leverage in really knowing who you're going to be able to target and being able to see the whole board at once. So, yeah, I think that's where it comes down to.
Yep.
Well, while we wait on people to join in, man, I just said this. I know you clicked on the 108, Brody. I know how you are with a couple of rookies, so you I can get your strategy out right now. But where you're picking, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is why you my man, right? We talked a little bit earlier. The candle conversation just gradually happened. We talked about our love for tight end. But I swear, every year you point out a player to me in the offseason, and I go look at that player, whether I knew about him or not, and I just get a little bit more in depth with him, I instantly just start falling in love because it's like, damn, if I really looked into this guy like he did, I probably would have felt the same way. I just didn't until he brought it up, right? So it's a particular player. He's actually on this thumbnail. That is my guy now. And I did it because that's your guy. We're going to talk RJ Harvey. We all know who he is.
Oh, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
And everybody knows so far in these mocks, DBro, man. They either snipe me or they troll me, but I'm going RJ Harvey. Where do you have him right now? And I know Rock wanted to ask you a question about the rankings, but how far and how high is he on your list of these rookies versus the vets right now?
I mean, right now on the rookie rankings, he is. I think you can start making a case for RJ Harvey at the 105. And I know that sounds crazy to people, but right now he's my 7th overall player in rookie Superflex rankings.
So compared to the running backs, that's running back what?
I've got him RB. I want to say RB 10 in Dynasty.
No, I'm talking about to the rookies. My bad, to the rookies.
He's RB 3. Let me.
There we go. Hey, look,
RB 3, right? Only behind Genty and Hampton. That's it. That's the only ones he's behind.
Hey, Brody, listen. I'm gonna do my receipts. I pulled up a tweet after you had screened RJ. I started doing. I said, I might have commented on yours. I said running back 3, man, 100%.
Yeah, dude.
I just like the opportunity, right? The one thing me and Rock always preaching, which spoiler alert, my boy is doing a whole lot of research on every single franchise, all 32 teams, the coaching, the drafting.
Damn, Fizz, don't say too much more.
I'm not. I ain't spoiler alert. I got to show you some love, man, because you work hard, brother. So I didn't want
to. That's a lot of work, dude. I've done team series. Going all 32 ain't no joke, man.
Bro.
You get in the middle of that and you start kind of questioning life. Like,
hey, that's why he got me, bro.
Like, why did I sign up for this myself? Like,
DBro, I've been wanting to do this series for years. It's just been hanging over my head for the last 2 or 3 years, ever since I got into Dynasty.
Respect, dude. Because I did in a previous life, I did a team series every single year. It was coaching and play calling, and I would do every single one of those articles would be 2,000 to 3,000 words and all 32 teams, man. Like it was legit.
All right. Well, then remind me to ask you where those are posted at. Maybe I'll get a little background research.
Cool. Man. Yeah. Well, we could talk off air.
You're muted.
My bad. But yeah, my bad. I was trying to send a link out in the Discord. But I will say this. All right. One thing I will say about that though, DBro, is he has me. And I always remind him how much work to do and how much not to do. I always tell him, like, look, bro, that you it's a great idea, but just tone it down a little bit because I don't want you driving yourself crazy and not, so I always remind them when
for the squeeze, you know what I mean? Like put in the time that you think it's going to need and, at that
cost benefit analysis. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I know when I looked at, like I said, with your RJ Harvey situation with the other running backs, I believe you. I'm with you right there on RB3. Rob, I know you said you looked at some of his rankings and you wanted to holler at him about a particular name. It wasn't a rookie name. It was a running back, though. He's on the thumbnail. Holler at him about how you feel about, because he's your guy, actually. So I want to hear this conversation myself, man.
He is my guy, and I don't want to spoil it too much, Fizz. I don't want to get all the good stuff out at once. I do want to go back to the RJ Harvey. I will bring up that other player once he gets selected. But with RJ Harvey, he is, so I'm in the middle of writing my post-draft article right now. RJ Harvey is the first name I've written down for biggest risers. So for me, like, as far as his metrics, his efficiency goes, he is a top 5 to 6 player in this class.
Yep.
But for me, I had him pre-draft my RB8. And the biggest thing for me,
RB5, just to keep it transparent.
He was my RB8 because 2 main things. No one was talking about him pre-draft really at all, especially not at RB5 or 6 for me. So maybe you were, DBro. I apologize if I missed out on that, but for the most people, they were not really talking about it all that much.
Yep.
But outside of that, it was his size. 5'8", 205 pounds. That's the biggest reservation that I had on him. because over the last 2 years, we have 2 RBs that have done anything at that size. That's Jalen Warren and DeAndre Swift.
No, you got a lot more. You got a lot more. Jahmyr Gibbs is smaller. Austin Eckler is smaller. James Cook is smaller.
Austin Eckler is
Devon Achane is smaller.
I'm not sure
He's the exact same size, like within like 3 pounds of Aaron Jones as well.
Are you looking only at weight? I was looking at height and weight, mainly height.
I mean, Aaron Jones is basically his clone as far as like height and weight goes. They're like within like 2 pounds of each other.
Well, maybe that is a very good comp. Yeah, he's 5'9".
I only bring it up because that is my comp for RJ Harvey is Aaron Jones.
Okay. And let me look up not Ashton. Let me look up Gibbs.
And I see we almost full. If we're gonna give y'all like 2-3 more minutes, and we don't get it filled, this is what we'll do. If we don't get this last team filled, Brody, all 3 of us should share this team. We just do it that way. How about that? We just go round for round. You know what I'm saying? So we give people a little bit more time, and we just share a team. That way, we all can just figure out.
And then we get to fight over picks. I'm totally
exactly. But the good thing is, me and Rock draft the same, so we won't pretty much fight too much, man.
So all those RBs that you just mentioned, they're all 5'9". They're not 5'8". So I just looked them all up in Player Profiler. Okay. So with Gibbs, Aaron Jones, all this, they're a lot, and I'll think it also too. It's Devon Achane. He's also 5'9". It may not seem like a big difference.
I mean,
at 1 inch, but when you look at, I remember one of the things I looked at last year was thresholds. There was only 2 RBs that I could find in the top 24 that were 5'8". That was Swift and that was Jalen Warren. All the rest are 5'9". So it may not seem like that big of a difference, but that was the reason why I pushed them down a little bit more. It's the same thing that we do with wide receivers. That extra inch, it makes a difference. So I think those were the 2 biggest things. But the fact that he went to the best landing spot, I think, in the Denver Broncos, hearing how much Sean Payton absolutely loves RJ Harvey, I am fully back on the RJ Harvey train. He rose probably more than any other player that I had in the top 2 rounds. He rose 16 spots for me. I have him firmly, at 108, 109 range. He's in the same conversation as Quinshon Judkins and Caleb Johnson for me. So I'm fully aboard.
There we go.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, I think he's in the same conversation as Travion and Caleb for me. And I do have him at a tier. He's in tier 1 for me in running backs with only Genty and Hampton, only because the draft cap. Like, I think you can make a really good conversation of him versus Travion, who I love Travion pre-draft, post-draft, but like, their situations are different. Like I don't care what people say about like Estime and Jaleel. They're like, they didn't do nothing last year. Would you think like they spent 2nd round caliber on a better player and they're going to magically be more involved than they were versus Javonte? Come on, dude. Like all that is to me is people trying to hold on to priors that they weren't high on RJ Harvey pre-draft. So when he goes in the 2nd round and he gets the nut landing spot that everybody wants, they're like, oh, I mean, this was like my RB12, so he can't be my RB3 now. There's no way. And I'm like, and why? You going to make up some bullshit just so he's not your RB3? Okay, fine. Have fun with that.
Yeah, I still have Travion ahead of him. He's my RB3, but RJ Harvey's right after him. Yeah. So
I think they're in the same combo,
Thank you,
man.
Rob. Thank you, Rob. Well, look, we got the league filled, man. We gonna get it popping. We gonna get it cracking. I got my boy Bro Brian in the building. We got to shout out to the people, man. The people here, I forgot to holler at them, man. We got Brody in the building. Sometimes I get a little excited, man. We got Patty Mills. Hey, Brody, he said, "What's up, man? What we supposed to do with all these Ben Sinash man?"
You hold on, baby. Hold on.
Hey, listen. The one thing I will rebuttal to that, Trey McBride.
Yeah.
When Cliff Kingsbury was in Arizona, and you know what I'm saying? Trey McBride. That's all you got to think. I'm not saying he is Trey McBride, but Zach Ertz was in front of him in Arizona as well, right? We had to wait on
tough when Tip Ryman, a blocking tight end, gets more targets than him. But yeah, I'm right there with you, DBro. Just hold on to him.
And listen, Cliff got the magic, baby. That's my boy. You already know I love Cliff, man. Jake, always pre-gaming, man. Jake always pre-gaming. We got to get you on one of these drafts, Jake, man. We got to get you up in the building. Theo, this will remind you, Theo, don't cheat and take Jaden Daniels in the 1st round like you do every single time, brother. Rookie's 1st round, man. Stop cheating, man. All right. Red in the building, man. Red, Ken Walker do like an old man doing that thumbnail. Sorry about that, Ken Walker, man. We got my boy
Okay.
E in the building. What's good, man? E don't even play Dynasty, he don't play fantasy, but he always here with us, man. So shout out my boy, Mr. Voorhees in the chat. Guys in here, he talking about the candles. Hey, listen, bro, we kicking it. You know how we get down around here, guys. And my boy Jackson, man, he subscribed last week when Pat joined, and he said, "Damn, you missed the link." So hopefully we can get you in next time, Jack. But we appreciate you still tapping in. You trying to get somebody to drop out? I don't think it's happening, brother. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this started, man. The draft is up. Everybody likes his green, and pick one. It will be on me. Hold on, what am I doing here? Let me see. Boop. Hey, say start the draft.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right, I got pick one. Go straight to the rookies, man. But I'm gonna be honest. I know what I said about Cam Ward and all that good stuff, but I'm going Ashton Genty right here. All right, DBro. You know I gotta.
You have to. Yes.
But I will say though, again, the strategy, if you can get that, man, that's a hell of a look just to start off and get your guy. If you're not that QB, you know, a lot of us we don't need to have 3 or 4 QB. Some of us is okay with just 2 and letting it stack, you know, letting it build. So
yep. Those people always get screwed though by the end of the year when 70 quarterbacks have started.
Well, I say this though, Rock, man. We got guys that squeeze through the cracks. I had a guy win the championship last year with Jared Goff and I believe Josh Allen. Those were the only 2 quarterbacks. He went all the way to the championship. He lost, but I mean, it happens, you know. If you can get
if he ain't first or last.
If you can get 2 healthy ones, bro, anything is possible. You know, they stay healthy all year, man.
Yeah, that's a risk.
I think the QB landscape in Dynasty is very interesting right now too. Like I think I've always been like a QB early, QB often. Like most Dynasty Superflex startups, like I was sitting here like, you know, going QB, like chalking it. But like I do think that the QB landscape is very interesting right now. Like that whole tier of like JJ McCarthy, Nick, Stroud, Mayfield, all those like Purdy, those pocket passer guys, they interest him, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we love Purdy here. And by we, I mean me.
He scores fantasy points, dude. I'm legit writing up an article right now. This ain't even out yet. I started writing up. I've got a top 5 Dynasty value series that's coming out probably next week. And I just started writing up the quarterbacks today. And the first name on that list is Brock Purdy, dude. He scores. He's a QB1, dude. He scores fantasy points. I don't give a shit what everybody says about he ain't got a strong enough arm, whatever. He's overpaid. I don't care, dude. QB 10, QB 6 the last 2 years. That's what I care about.
And also, too, he had like the worst situation last year, and he improved in a lot of different parts of his game, which is crazy to think about. That it won't be as bad as it was last year. He's definitely going to be a top 10 quarterback.
Oh, he's a QB1. Lock it in, no doubt. Like where he is, we'll see, but he's a QB1. No doubt in my mind.
Would it be a stretch to ask DBro if Jared Goff is on that list as well?
Of what?
The article that you're writing that hasn't come out yet.
I mean, I'll rattle off some names, man. I don't care.
Wait, I don't want you to give it away too many things.
I mean, I'm not giving away every single name, but I'll give you some names.
Well, we got Rock over here writing these articles too, man. So I think this article conversation, man, he need to know what's going on. Man.
You know. By the way, I am going to take my dude here.
Hey, listen, Brody. Oh,
no, I'm taking my QB1 of this class.
Hey, Rock, look like you getting sniped, brother. You told you gonna snipe him. Looking that way.
Biz, you got to tell him who the biggest, Jackson Dart stand there is.
Oh, I already said hi.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, Rock. It's got to be DBro. You had him as QB2, not QB1. I gotta say it.
Oh man,
I got QB2.
I gotta keep it real.
Before Shedeur fell down in the draft, and now he's my QB1 over Cam. He's been over Cam the entire process, though, for me.
Well, I'm gonna say this though, Brody. I will give him a little credit that Rock had him number 2 from day one. He had him number 2 from the beginning. Yep. He never changed on it. But the fact that you got him at 1 now, hey man, I got to move it over to DBro on this one, Rock.
Yeah, that's true. I had no idea that you had him as QB1, so I'll give that to you.
I think it's absolutely ludicrous that you can get a first-round quarterback in Superflex dude, I've got him into the freaking second round of rookie drafts.
Oh, yeah.
That's bonkers to me. Like, when you talk about, he also has rushing upside. Like, what are we doing here, dude? Like, I've traded into. I legit have full exposure Jackson Dart because he's going too damn late. People are crazy.
Yeah, it's a 2-point tight end premium and Theo and hey man, Theo went double tap. Hey Brody, man, you know I'm all about the music and the tunes, but I don't know, man. Two tight ends back to back. How y'all feel about that one, man? Before I press this button, what are we feeling on this one, man?
I'm not. I'll straight up say it right now. I'm talking the table, but how in the hell can anybody? How are we justifying the cost of Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren in drafts right now? Whenever you have the tier of Terrence Ferguson, Elijah Arroyo, and what's the third? Harold Fannin Jr. All of those guys are left for dead. They are all three of them 1 year away with basically. Oh, that's I was wanting Higgins, but all three of those guys are the reason why I don't see a reason to pay up for Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren because I can get any one of those three guys
back to back. Theo, I ain't gonna lie, man. You gotta. You gotta get it with the heli on that one, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out my boy Theo. But double tap, bro. I
can't do it, but I know I'm probably about to turn some heads with the guy I'm going to take right now.
You get it with the heli on that one, man. Oh no,
I'm just going. I guess I'm going Ole Miss stack. I mean, but I like talented players, so I'll stand on it.
Listen, I like it, man. I see my guy ain't gonna fall to me, but. Hey, okay, bro. Brian knows what's popping, baby. We going Jalen Milroe right there, man. If he failed to me right there, he getting snagged. Brody, I would have loved to see you get Dart Milroe. I know you kind of off Milroe. Yeah. You wasn't feeling them at the combine. You was like, yeah, I know he can run. What else can he do? But in fantasy football, though, he might contribute what we want.
He can run really, really good. How about that?
He can run. My problem with Milroe is that the passing is an adventure. And I know he can run, and I know when he starts, if he starts. That's the other part about it, dude. It's like when we're throwing darts at guys that are third-round quarterbacks, that's where I have the problem with it. Because Darnold's got 2 years of good money. Darnold basically has to face plant, I think, for Milroe to get on the field in the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. Now, could it happen? Sure.
Yeah.
My problem is it's twofold. It's not just the third round capital. And that's like, I mean, dude, when you're a quarterback and you go outside the top 2 rounds in the NFL draft, if you hit for multiple years, and not just one, but multiple years as a starter, you're going to be an outlier. It's that plus the Darnold contract that I'm like, it's too many layers for me. And for a player that I'm not high on, like from real life quarterbacking perspective.
So I ask you this, because he went at the 206. How further do you think he should have dropped? Or where are you taking him if you had to take him at any draft and at some point?
I'm pulling up my Superflex ranks. I think I've got him. I'd say for me, the conversation starts at the end, like the very tail end of the second round, more like the early part of the early part of the third round. Like I've got him as my 32nd overall player, which puts him firmly in the third. But like for me, I think the conversation starts at like the 26th overall. Like right after you got Cam Scatterboo going in a lot of drafts, or at least in my rankings. I think like around that part, like it's pretty much like the beginning of the third round for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have him at the 211 in a generic Superflex league, but depending on the settings, I'd be willing to take that risk on him only because we have the Mike McDonald, Lamar Jackson, connection there. He's seen what a quarterback can do, with that elite rushing upside. And then also too, Joe Flacco did not faceplant before he lost his job to Lamar Jackson those last 4 games in Baltimore. In that contract situation, how much different is it than Kirk Cousins? Isn't it pretty much identical where they could cut ties with him after 1 year?
So if they get out after the first year, it's gonna be crazy, crazy expensive. Oh, Fizz, look at you!
And listen,
why do you have to shuck it up? Why didn't you?
Because I didn't want shuck, bro. I did not want shuck.
Then why did you draft them? Here, change your pick. No. CPU overturn it.
Because I will say this, right? I didn't want him, but I know he should be a starter at some point in 2025. I do believe that, right? So since I'm picking on this end and I got no quarterbacks that I want to take on this back,
you got to stand on it.
I'm gonna just say F it, get my Shuck, and then what the Shuck. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, right there, I got Tootin, I got Noel, I got Ferguson. All those guys I would love to take. But you know, taking Shador because Brody, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Your boy is taking them no matter if I'm 301, 302. Second round, I wouldn't. I took him because I couldn't take.
Yeah.
The real NFL draft should have went Sanders and then Shuck. So I had to put a little bit of respect on him. But
I don't disagree with you.
I'm going Sanders every time near the third 212. But Ferguson and Noah were definitely guys I probably would have taken. For this format, it gives me a little bit of breathing room to say, all right, at least I got me a QB 4 or 3. You know what I'm saying? At some point in my dynasty. So
that's the way that I'll look at both those guys. If they make starts this year, you flipping them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially Shuck. I mean, Kellen Moore can get him to. When I say especially Shuck, I mean he has a better opportunity to really show what he can do in the offense.
He'll be starting. Whether if it ain't week 1, it's by week 5.
And Kellen Moore, we know is going to make him throw that ball, and he's going to go out there. And whether it looks good or bad, Kellen Moore going to make sure the ball is in the air. So Shuck might can get the most value for once he gets on the field and actually get some reps. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with them two guys right there, man. That's how I'm gonna roll with it.
Because you should have just followed your heart. Oh man, Bleed Green. Come on, our other draft is over. You shouldn't be distracted.
Bloody Green. That's why you're an Eagles fan, brother. You know you don't show up on time, man. Come on, bro. Let me see what he got. I'm gonna give him. I know I'm probably cheating right now, but I'm gonna give him Jalen Noel because I feel like it, and that's what he should have right there. Boom.
That's fine.
That's what we going at right there. But I will
wide receivers.
I will say with me taking Tyler Shuck, we all know I would never do it, and I don't do it. But what the hell? I got it with the helly that one right there, baby. You know what I'm saying? What the helly, man?
we talked earlier. It's not just enough of what position you play, even if you start. It's still a market, and Shuck is not sexy enough of a name. He's not highly regarded enough as a prospect that if he does start, which he will start, he's going to start week 1. Yeah. Unless he's blown us out of the water those first few weeks, ain't no one going to be trading for him because you have to go above expectations in order for you to say maybe you get a second or 2 seconds. People are going to want to do what they always do in Dynasty football, which is, I'm going to wait a little while. I'm not so sure about this guy. I think that's what's going to end up happening. You're going to end up being stuck with him.
If I had him, I'd be shipping him off for a second ASAP.
But I'm gonna say this though, Rock. Right? I sold Sam Darnold in some leagues last year when people knew he only had 1 year there. Right? Like people need quarterbacks, and if you a team in this draft, let's just say
he was a top 8 quarterback on one of the best offenses in the NFL. That is not going to happen with Tyler Shuck.
You knew he wasn't going to be there for long, though. That's what I'm saying. You still got to flip him knowing that he wasn't
in the middle of the season last year, Fizz. No one knew what was going to happen. People thought, and they were saying until the very end of the year, oh, they might actually go back. They might re-sign him for a long-term deal. That ain't not going to happen.
Well, listen, if you follow Thor Nystrom, you knew they wasn't resigning. I'm gonna say that right
I knew that too.
They were never going to re-sign Darnold. I was in on that too.
If you were a Vikings fan and you follow Vikings fan, you knew that Sam Darnold was not staying, bro. You might have
until those last 2 games, Fizz. No, the jury was still out. No one really knew for sure. And then those last 2 games happened.
I sold them on that. You're right.
I wasn't in on it, even when Darnold and social media tried to crush me about it. And I don't give a crap, man. Like, Darnold is who Darnold is.
Oh shit, it's my pick.
Yeah,
KOC couldn't wipe away that stink. He could only cover it up for so long, man.
For sure. But Brody,
and by the way, I had a conundrum, man. It was between Jarquez Hunter at that pick or Harold Fannin.
I was just about to say I want to salute you for standing on business, man, and
yeah, dude.
Getting your boy Hunter, man. So you know how we get down on Tuesdays. We got the club going up on a Tuesday, baby. Brody stood on business. He took his guy. But I'm gonna ask you this, bro. I know you wanted him or Fannin. Where you were picking at the 3-8, if you were a little earlier, would you still taking him over Neal or Royo or Tootin?
He's in the same tier as Tootin. I would have taken him. I mean, it depends. I think him or Tootin, it just comes down to exposure and stuff like that. I can make a case for either one of those guys. Like, I mean, honestly, dude, like the whole way of approaching it, I've said Jarquez Hunter is the arbitrage Bashal Tootin of this class. Like, look at their situations, man. Yeah. You got an inefficient veteran. You got a guy that was drafted, a year or two ago. It's very, very similar situations. So for me, I think he's in the same tier as those two guys. I would have taken him over Neal, though, no doubt.
Okay. Well, I always pause your head, Brody, because I would like to remind people that for those watching at home and those just, in tune right now, rounds 1 through 3 is where we take these rookies. And now this where all the fun, all the popcorn gets popped, all the fireworks, your Jaden Daniels, Lamar, Josh Allen, pretty much the top 1, 2, 3 consensus, every single mock. But so far, before we move on though, Brody, one, how do you feel about what you got going on so far with this 1, 2, 3 rookies? And two, coming into the next full round of getting the vets, do you think you kind of played the game right in a sense? I know it takes a little bit of time to see, but how you feel about your direction and other teams maybe of them setting themselves up for what's coming next?
I mean, I feel fine with it, man. I'm a big believer in going BPA and stuff like that. I think people look at dynasty startups and think like it's all over when you got to fill out your lineup in the startup. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, I care about taking BPA. Like, you create pockets of value and then you trade later. You trade for your needs. Like, you take the best player available to you in each one of those picks. That's that I approached it. You know what I mean? Like, I took the 108. Now I'll put all the cards on the table. I took the 108 with the idea that I was going to take Jackson Dart because he does fall into that range.
He does.
But if he wasn't there, I knew I'd have access to RJ Harvey or Caleb Johnson too. So like I had outs. If he went early and this was like a Mike kind of startup and like Cam Ward goes at the 101 and Arch at the 102. So like I had outs there, but I like this team, man. I'm like, look, like I'm super high on Trey Harris. I'm super high on Jarquez Hunter. A lot of people aren't there yet, but they're going to get there. That's okay. I'm okay with being a little bit ahead.
Well, I asked you this why I started back up. I know you always say you like the format, but I haven't done it now. You're in round 3 or round 4. You got your rookies out. Your sweater's off your head now, right? You got your rookies out the way. How you feel about having that done already? And now you can work on the rest of your build.
I like it because you're building kind of the spine of your team through youth and stuff, and you're getting that out the way early, man. So I love this, especially if you were to look at this from like doing like a real startup, and like the way that I look at it is like I trade around, like I move around constantly in a startup. So like even moving around in that rookie spot, man, like that first 3 rounds, dude, there's so much fun that you can have. Like if you wanted to approach this and say, nah, I don't need the 108, I'll drop back and I'll get me like 2 seconds or something like that, or a future second. And because the second round in this rookie class is just filled with a ton of freaking value, man. Like Higgins,
bro, that's what I did in our latest league.
I was just about to say, right? Shout out to T-Rock in a draft.
Yeah, man.
So, bro, this is my first year bringing this whole situation up, but this is my 3rd, or maybe we got 2. How many we got? Rock 2 so far at the marathon startups.
We have 2 marathons. Okay,
so the one that Rock put together, that he created, he literally did exactly what you just said. So go ahead, Rock, break it down how you did it, because my boy literally traded a whole bunch of stuff and got a whole. I look at his team like, how the hell he got 6 players already? We in like round 3. But
to the point, since I do have Jackson Dart right now, I am going to go Jamar Chase. I'm going to sit here and swerve off of what I usually do, which is usually slam quarterback in the first.
See, that's the advantage. I was saying, having that QB 1-ish, 2-ish, 3-ish in the pocket. Now you can feel a little safe and go get your other guy. So that's what I like about it the most. But go ahead, Rock. What you was about to say about your moves that you made?
So these are some of the trades that I made. I traded my 14th round pick and my 210 to move up to the 209. And I'll tell you who I got all these spots. My 16th and 24th pick for the 3rd round. And my last one was my 15th and 22nd pick for the 304. And with those selections, I ended up getting let me see. No, one of Tootin. So I got Tootin, Elijah Arroyo, and Terrence Ferguson, and Jalen Knoll. So that was my and this is a start 2 tight end league. So I really wanted to get that double tap with Terrence Ferguson and Elijah Arroyo, because I'm very much there with you as far as much as I love cheap, dude. Loveland, as much as I love Loveland and Warren, I'm not taking them usually at where they're going in rookie drafts. And I have a lot of shares now of Ferguson, Arroyo. I want more of Mason Taylor, but I have a couple.
Anybody else think it's kind of funny the Eagles fan took Patty Mahomes? I'm sorry, I gotta point that out real fast. Like
I'm
trolling.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This is the first time I've seen CD Lamb taken in the first round, other than when I draft, bro. Usually CD falls, and
that's the highest. Yeah. Holy shit.
Holy.
Let's go, London. Baby.
Hold up.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I got to replay
that's
that.
Somebody after my own heart, right there, baby.
Hey,
Shizzles,
hold my beer.
That pick don't make no sense. Come on now, Jesus.
Shizzle said, "Hold my beer, bro. Hold up." All right, now, Rock. I'm gonna do this because Brody. Now, this is prime example of why I believe this format works perfectly for a guy that loves a position and takes advantage of it, right? I usually wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna practice what I preach. And I saw this happen before, but my boy Voorhees actually could have did it and he didn't. Imagine starting this off with Ashton Genty. Let's just say I didn't take Shador. Let's just say I took Ferguson, whoever, right? I come back here and I get Bijan and Gibbs.
Oh, I knew you were gonna go Bijan. I didn't think you were gonna double tap it though.
So imagine now I have Genty, Bijan, and Gibbs. I'm straight now. I don't need another running back for
you're not touching
for eternity.
So understand the format allows you to do that because now because if you got Bijan and Gibbs on your team, most likely you're not drafting Ashton Genty. There's no way you're going to get him. Your team probably too good.
Too good.
But being in this format, it allows nonsense and craziness to happen like that. So honestly, I would have never done it, but seeing it being able to do it, I'm gonna take it. So
I don't hate it at all, man. I mean,
that's pretty. That team has a vibe.
Yeah, that's man.
It's a cheat code on the cheat code, you know.
Can you imagine doing that?
God,
can you imagine doing that in a point per carry league, Fizz?
Listen, the two leagues that we started was added some QB, some running back bonuses. Of course, it didn't land like this, but of course, Brody, that's what I'm saying. Having the 3 rounds early though, it really, really sets you up to just say, "Hey, I can bet on whatever now." And me not knowing I had Genty, maybe I don't go double tap though. Maybe I go quarterback.
But damn, dude, you just you have the top 3 running backs in Dynasty right now, all on one team. Like that's not achievable any other way. You know,
that's why I love the
format, you just can't make that happen, dude.
Hey, Brody, that's why I stand behind the format. I know
I like it, man.
I know a lot of times people shoot this shot and it miss, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I feel like this is really a legit format and something that I believe other people in the space
wild with the build. I love it, dude. I love the chaos, man.
Yeah. Bleed, we man. Them Eagles fans, man. He took Pat Mahomes and he went back to sleep. He said, "Man, the Super Bowl."
He trolled the Chiefs and he says, "I'm good, man. I checked the box. I'm out."
Let me see what we got, man. We're gonna help my boy. You know what? We're gonna get him his boy, man. We're gonna give him his boy. We're gonna give him his boy. He deserves him.
Either that or AJ Brown just made a ton of sense, man.
Yeah, we're gonna give him his boy.
Are we gonna wait until the end of the show to rip apart Shizzle's?
We are.
Or are we gonna just do it right now and get it out of the way? Because it's gonna aggravate me the entire time.
Hey, listen. One thing about
Lad and stuff.
One thing about my boy Shizzle.
Yeah, over fucking Malik Neighbors and Puka and Amon-Ra.
I don't disagree with you. You ain't gonna tell me.
Hey, Rock, listen. You saw that trade offer that you got from him, right? So you should already know what's happening, brother.
Don't take him. Don't take him, DBro. Don't take our favorite player. This is actually, we have a lot of players that we all love right now, and I know you're going to take them.
Honestly, we are a great trio, bro. We all are the same people, bro.
Just take you know
what's about to happen, Rock. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I mean, just for the brand equity.
Yeah, come on.
Alone. I mean, you know it's got to happen, man.
But I'm going to say this, though. Man. Again, the same way like I said about CD Lamb 2 years ago. CD, he was receiver 3-ish, I guess. Then he burst out and now he's receiver 1. Now, respectfully, he's came back. Puka is now dropping way further than what I thought he would. And I don't know if that's because of Adams. I don't know if it's because people saw the injury. But I'm gonna be honest, Brody. I'm loving the drop because if I'm picking where you are now, I can get my guy and not have to worry about these fakers and haters taking them when they don't want them anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, dude, if Adams wasn't there, he would have gone right behind Lamb. He'd have been gone a half a round ago. So like,
I don't know. Well, Shizzle's the way he's dropping, then maybe not.
Maybe not. You got a point. That's a fair point.
Shizzles, man, wake up.
DBro, I do want to ask you because I'm also writing about Jarquez Hunter. We were talking about him earlier.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like you're pretty high on him. He rose 18 spots for me. And then Fizz, he subsequently sent me a video about how excited Les Snead and Sean McVay were to draft him. Why are you excited about Jarquez Hunter?
He is my RB8 right behind Bashal Tootin in this rookie class right now. And I've got him as my RB. Oh, Quez, where you at, baby? Jarquez Hunter. I got him RB30 right now in Dynasty overall. Dude, okay. I think so all the stuff about everybody's like, oh, y'all said the same thing about Kyron before. Blake Corum was taking his job. Dude, I never said that shit. You can go check, like people go check the receipts. I never said that. I was not high on Blake Corum. Dude, it was the injuries. It was the fact that his tackle breaking metrics dropped 3 years in a row at Michigan. The film looked worse. If you go and watch 2022 versus 2024, he's not a pass catcher. Like, I was never in on Corum. And the selecting Jarquez Hunter to me is the same thing as, like, again, going back, it's Bashal Tootin, but with the damn Rams, dude. And I'm old enough to remember Sean McVay. Everybody thought it was going to be Cam Akers. Nope. Everybody thought it was going to be Darrell Henderson. Nope. And the best guy played. And now I just look at this whole situation is the same thing as like Kyron Williams is the updated version of Rachaad White. It's Rachaad White kept the bell cow role because nobody was good enough there to take.
That's pretty disrespectful. I don't know about that.
Is it really?
Because White has never, ever sniffed a season that Kyron Williams has had over the last 2 years that he's had the best usage of any RB in the NFL.
Go look at every single efficiency metric for Kyron Williams, and he's at the damn bottom of the list, dude. It's not dismissive at all.
He gets a lot of goal line touchdowns, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't,
which matters a lot in fantasy.
I never, but that's coaching. You know, Rob. We know we love McVay, bro. I don't draft Kyron because I'm scared that he can be replaced like snap of a finger, and we're gonna be like, man, why,
dude? They ain't gonna re-sign it, man.
I'm scared of Kyron. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm scared of Kyron, Rock.
I'm gonna wait until after I make my pick here, but which Rock, you just bleeding the clock out, man.
Yeah, Rock, what you got going on?
I'm trying to have. I was in a dilemma. There's like 4 guys I was looking at.
What the hell, T-Rock?
Oh, this one's clear for me, man. Top 10 dynasty quarterback.
Kyron Williams.
Oh no.
Come on, Dan.
It's broken.
Let's go.
Hey, Brody. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. If this group of people that draft know one thing, your boy is taking JJ over all them people except for Bo Nix in this round right here, bro. I'm talking about, I'm reaching for JJ every draft. Don't care how you feel about it, man.
Top 12 fantasy quarterback this year. Lock it in, dude. Lock it. Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold's ass can be QB9 in that offense last year.
Brody.
And TJ Hawkinson's going to be healthy this year. What the hell y'all think JJ is going to do?
Hey,
come
Brody,
on,
man. I just want to ask you, man. Can we like start like a show this off the once every 3 months or something?
Biz already wants to replace me, D-Bro. He wants you to replace me.
I don't, bro. I don't. But
every 3 months, dude. That's only 4 times during the whole year.
I'm just saying, bro. Literally, if you go back and look at
starts off with 4, then it's 5, and then it's every week.
Hey, Rob, last week when we had Pat on, I took JJ. I forgot what round I took him, but I took him like over all of those guys. All those guys in this round right here, I took him over all of them.
Yeah, you had one hell of a QB room. That's for damn sure.
But I'm just saying, I've been standing on JJ, bro, every single week, bro.
He's good, dude. He's gonna be good.
Listen, one thing we preach over here, Rock, is coaching, and I believe O'Connell draft. If he signed me, man, you better draft me, man, because O'Connell gonna make sure I get
twice about keeping Sam Darnold when he saw what he had in JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
going back to a Rock real fast now that I got the selection behind me. So Kyron Williams amongst 46 qualifying backs last year. Let's go through the efficiency stuff. 46 backs. Dude was 44th in explosive run rate. He was 37th in missed tackle rate, and he was 40th in yards after contact per attempt. Tell me what out of that really gets you hyped up, man. Tell me.
I think the biggest thing that gets me hyped up that has high correlation to points is snap share. So he was in top 2 last year
until a talented back enters the room, aka
that's true.
Last year.
Which I'm not really scared of Blake Corum or Jarquez Hunter seating him. Then there's also evaded tackles. So he still has some efficiency there. He was still top 12
that's
at
a volume
4.6.
stat, bro. That's a volume stat. When you get like
touchdowns, red zone touches. Yeah, these are all volume stats, but as long as you have the volume, man, it translates into fantasy points.
What I'm talking about was a per touch basis.
That's true.
Evaded tackles comes down to straight up just like raw volume.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're at he had the 3rd most carries last year, dude. So he was 7th in evaded tackles because he's got a shit ton of work. I think that's it. What you're bringing up is a really good point, and why as fantasy players we should look at both lenses. You look at both volume and you look at both efficiency. You shouldn't look at one or the other necessarily. You should look at both. So I think you do bring up something that is very valuable, and why I think after 2 years, this is the time to sell Kyron Williams. Because to believe that this train is still going to keep going into the sunset, I'm right there with you. I think this is the prime time to be able to get out of Kyron Williams. So I'm right there with you. But as far as Jarquez Hunter goes, the one thing that I do see with him over Blake Corum, when I was looking at both of their prospect rates, his efficiency as far as evading tackles, making guys miss, and his receiving chops, I think are way better than Blake Corum's, and why I believe that he could get a lot more run as the 3rd down running back and more opportunities than Blake Corum. So that's why he's a big riser for me. Dude, Quez is the one guy that's built different in that entire running back room. Kyron and Corum are basically kind of like not essentially the exact same player, but stylistically,
they are. They're very similar.
You gap scheme duo, get them downhill. It's grinder. You're not asking them to hit big plays because they're not going to hit big plays. They're not huge. Because here's the thing. I think we are so far past Kyron as a prospect. We need to understand that he has not been the receiving option that everybody touted him to be in the NFL. Now, part of that is the offense he plays. Stafford's not checking it down. When Stafford's in the pocket, he's stressed. He's either going to go outside and he's going to throw the ball down the field, man. He's going to push the ball, and he's not looking for checkdowns. But Kyron has never been an asset in the passing game, so we need to table that because it never happened, man. So.
He's performed admirably, for what he's done over the last 2 years. He's been a cheat code, but now is the time to sell him. So
he's fine. And I just look at it. Who is the guy that is built different, that is a different archetype of running back in that entire running back room? And it's easily Jarquez Hunter. He has the ability to break off explosive runs that the other 2 dudes just don't.
Love this. Yeah. No, this is I didn't see with him pre-draft, so that he was a huge riser for me. And then I wrote up Pat Bryant and Isaac Tesla. Those are 2 other guys that really rose up for me. I'm not sure about Isaac Tesla. I think he's going to be a sacrificial X. But Pat Bryant, I have no idea what to think of him, but he was a huge riser for me as well.
I mean, the metrics tell a really good tale. The testing wasn't great, but dude, if there's one position that I don't really care as much about the testing, it's freaking wide receivers. I'm saying, I don't want you to be the most athletic dude.
Yeah.
But look, come on, man. People were trying to knock Tedero McMillan before, it was saying, he was too slow. People not said the same thing,
baby.
Mixed reviews on Marvin Harrison Jr., but people said the same thing about Drake London, and he was too slow, man.
You're gonna go here, DBro. I don't want to.
It was always Tank for Ted over here, DBro.
I'm gonna go with another one of my guys that I'm super high on. I don't think people realize this dude was the RB12 in fantasy points per game last year. He was a true 3-down running back, and he's going to be in a more run-heavy offense, and he's in a contract year, bro. I'm taking my dude Kenneth Walker here.
Oh my Lord!
There you
Now
go.
we can finally talk about the thumbnail.
There
but
we go, baby.
After I picked the guy who you should have probably taken, who we talked about a few months ago, this guy right here, you should have gotten your second QB.
My third, you mean?
You already got two. You already got
My
two.
third?
And this-
I got you, baby. I'm
This
good.
format keeps throwing me off. I do apologize, Fizz. I
Bro, I was
forgot
like,
about
let's
the
talk about it.
marathon.
That's why I pushed it, because I already got one.
How you let Brody come in
Oh.
and steal this formula already, Rock? You done forgot already. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's got me. But yeah, we got to talk about Kenneth Walker because
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, when he was coming out of college, he was probably one of the best RB prospects I've ever seen. He was tied the exact same grade I had for him as Breece Hall. They both blew up the combine. And I think that over the last few years, he's shown more than Breece Hall. But holy shit, I thought as much as I loved Kenneth Walker, I didn't think anyone could love Kenneth Walker more than me. I saw where you had him ranked, DBro, in Dynasty grades. You want to tell the people where you have him ranked?
I'm pulling it up right now, dude. I got him at RB5. I got him right ahead of Saquon. And I'll say it, and like, look, I get Saquon, what he did last year. I understand all that. He runs behind a top 5 offensive line. What I care about with Kenneth Walker is this dude was RB12 last year. He caught passes. And the thing about it is, man, he was running behind a bottom 5 offensive line. If he gets that type of work, and the other thing I'll throw out there, man, is everybody talks about, oh, he's injury prone. It's this and this. Dude, you injury prone till you're not. And we see guys get dinged up all the time. I mean, that is literally like just the running back position just in general. If he stays healthy this year, Seattle has a better offensive line because they can't get any worse than they got. They did address it in the draft. I think they are going to be better in that respect. And it's going to be a more run-heavy offense. Like, dude, he's in a contract year, man. Like, I think we're going to get a top 5 season for Kenneth Walker this year. I will be drafting Kenneth Walker everywhere, dude. Because the per touch efficiency, I mean, he is legit on paper one of the most efficient running backs in the NFL, regardless of whatever the hell you look at. You look at yards of the contact per attempt, you look at missed tackles forced, you even look at the receiving stuff, dude, like first downs per route run, receiving yards per game, yards per route run. He's there. His
receiving last year was insane. He jumped into the top 12 in a lot of metrics.
Rock, I was told that he couldn't catch a damn football as a prospect. That's what I heard, right?
I heard the same thing too, and yet he had one of the top, I think, routes per game. You know, when I charted him for, I think this is like week 10, he was running 21.9 routes per game. He had a target share of 13.4%. And those are some of the best metrics in the NFL, which is wild to think about.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll stay in the business. I think Walker's going to have a career best season, like to this point in his career. God, dude, seriously? That was I did not think
that's not right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pulling a Mike McNutted. I learned from the best by watching the best, and he taught me the QB horror.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this though, Brody. One thing that we see every time we do this mock, the guys that pick on this right side, the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you will always see more red tag quarterback labels over there than you see on the left. Every single time, and it holds true to form every week. If you look now, everybody has at least 3 quarterbacks on that side. Some teams don't even have but 1 on the left side, and I don't know why this is, but every single week it happens every week.
I didn't see you taking Prescott, but again, that's why I pushed quarterback around the turn, because now it didn't work out great for me because when 4 quarterbacks there, but I do like that I am still able to get somebody that will be
we love Fields. Yeah,
man, Brody, man.
I look, we can have a dynasty conversation about what his 4-year outlook looks like, and that's fine. But this
conversation
year,
is save him for me.
QB1.
That's a conversation.
QB1. Yeah.
This year he's going to be a top 12 QB with plenty of top 6 performances.
I purposely didn't take one because I said, man, Fields, the people gonna treat me right. They're gonna let Fields slide my way, man. I'm gonna be able to get my guy.
Can't do it, Fizz. I can't do it, baby. I couldn't do it.
But I'm gonna be honest though, DBro. Every time though, as you can see on the board, every time that right side is QB central, and the left side we just tend to figure it out. And I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's the format that makes people do it, but I'm not even the QB hoarding guy, and I always seem to hoard QBs on that side every time.
I wonder if it's because of where they're positioned. Like, again, everybody hates Jackson Dart. So if you're not taking Ward or Dart out of this rookie class, if you're not taking Ward or Dart out of this rookie class, then you're probably not drafting a quarterback. So like, that whole side of the board, none of them took quarterbacks at all. Now they felt like they're chasing, or not so much like they're chasing, but like they're like, oh, I mean, I hammered the other positions. Now I got to go get my quarterbacks, and I'll figure it back out for running back, wide receiver, and tight end. Where, I mean, that's a better even conversation than why you should be drafting Jackson Dart in this.
Yeah. I mean, well, we'll say this last week, Pat lucked out and he got Matt Stafford, I believe, but he had, I think, like 6 or 7 receivers before he even took his second quarterback. So he lucked out with Stafford at some point. But we looked at his team, he picked at the 110, I believe, or 111, and he didn't do the quarterback hoarding thing. I had the 112, and I had like 5 quarterbacks by like round 11. So, but it wasn't my idea. It wasn't my goal. It just so happened to happen. But I will say, usually we might go 14, 15. We're going to go 13, so DBro can let us know how you feel about these crazy teams that y'all done put together, and we're going to let my boy enjoy his night, man, with the fan. But we appreciate him coming through, and you know how we get down, man. You know, I always got to crank it up a little bit, man. A little bit of these tunes, they a little... My bad, a little bit.
Ooh.
I didn't mean to have it up that loud, baby. But
no,
it was a headbanger.
That's
hey, so that's why I said I got a little
bit of vibes, dude. That's
a little bit of trap rock for Brody tonight. You know,
you gotta send that. That's full.
All right, Fizz, pick the former Seattle QB and then the new Seattle QB, and then that way you're not totally skewed.
No. This is T-Rock's idea of doing this. Now, I will say, if Anthony Richardson would have failed to me, he 100%, I would have took him because I'm betting on him to. He got to bet on himself, and I love having players that need to bet on themselves. I'm not saying it's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. But since he's gone, I got to just stay Q and sell my soul for the QB magic. I'm going to go my boy 2 on this one. And ultimately, I'm going Matt Stafford, man. I got to go Stafford.
Oh, my God.
And we got
that Tua is going to be stuck in the maze for half the season. You should have. Cool.
It's cool, baby. Hey, Tyreek Hill only need the ball one time, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, though. Me personally, if I could have got a Bryce Young, I would have felt a little more better. I maybe wouldn't have double tap, but nobody felt to me. I gotta get a quarterback, man. I know I got Shuck, but I ain't rolling with Shuck, man. You know what I'm saying?
Round 7 and 8 was not kind to you, Fizz. I gotta.
It wasn't. I mean, but those are the gambles that you take. And I will say this: if I had a chance to get a Bryce Young or a Justin Fields, I 100% would have won another receiver right there, and just say forget it. But it's cool. I'm happy with it. Shizzles, of course, took Addison because he knew that's probably was my pick anyway. That's my boy. But hey, listen, I got Bijan, Gibbs, and Genty, man. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, the other thing like this, like saying we're playing this league out. You know what I mean? Like. The other part is like you got those 3 top dudes. Like if you're ever, I mean, dude, that's the treasure trove too. Like you've got such a pocket of value there. Like you could tear down from any one of those 3 guys and go get you like a lower tier running back.
100%.
You need to
100%.
do it. I mean, like that's just like that's money in the bank. So you can tap into the savings anytime you need to.
100%. And honestly, if we get a Tyler Shuck sighting, I can hopefully move him to somebody and get me a receiver or something from one of these teams that just said, quarterback position didn't matter. So, but I will say this: I haven't gotten a chance to do it, and I thought my boy Voorhees was going to do it that one time we did this draft, and he didn't. So I had to do it and just take those 3 running backs just to show people what it would look like and how insane and possible that even was. So
it's nice.
Well, it's looking bad, Fizz, so hopefully we can see something better next week.
Ain't looking bad, Playboy. You know I love me some Rome, boy. Breakout season is coming, my boy. You know that's coming, Rock. Come on.
That's true. And it's hard to argue with you having the 101 to the 103 as far as RBs guys.
Stop this ageism, man. Y'all hating on this dude. Like he might be the tight end 1 overall this year.
Kittle? Oh, already.
No, that was the top of my queue.
Bro, this is the
We're
thing.
not gonna get him, Rock. on.
I think the problem is though is dynasty, and then no knock on his dynasty attributes, but I think
he ain't slowing
age.
down, baby.
I'm with you.
He's
I'm
not
with you.
slowing down.
But for this year though, I'm with you. Lockstep 100. He can finish top 2 with ease in this offense. No Debo Samuels to steal the ball when them underneath little curries and all that crazy mess. I believe George Kittle could be top tight end 1 or 2 this year, bro. 100%.
I mean,
Yeah. The only thing that I worry about is that he was so damn good last year. It's just like, he was right there with Brock Bowers.
Every year. That's every year, dude.
Yeah, whenever he's healthy, he's locked in, bro. He's locked in.
It is every damn year for Kittle. And I feel like it's every year and people don't even care. Like, just to give the dude respect, his tight end finishes every single year in fantasy points per game. 1, 6, 2, 4, 3, 1, 3. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, man, for those that skipped over Kittle, man, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing,
I'm taking
man?
Hawkinson over Kittle, dude. Like, what are we doing here?
What
I don't care. He's 31.
Doing?
It's tight end. We ain't talking about wide receiver here.
Yeah, if we were in that start 2 tight end league, if you want back to back with Hawk and Kittle in a tight end premium league with start 2, that'd be about as good as it gets. Unless you get Bowers and McBride, which I did in the league, and I hate that league now because I have what's his name at QB, Darnold and Geno Smith. That's the only thing that's tough about that team.
I'm gonna say this, man. I know we talked about Theo looking at his draft. We talked about Theo double tapping the tight end position. He did kind of clean it up with J-Day and Collins and Bo and Trevor, and then he got his receivers going. I'm not sure how everybody feel about Waddle, but I do like how he kind of recovered. Only problem I have is
he's going 0 RB, so everything looks good, but the RB room is non-existent.
For sure. But the Olave and Waddle, man, it's just I'm so scared of those guys, man. The consistency of what's going to happen.
I want all the Waddle that I can because here's the thing.
Okay,
you're getting him at this point right now.
No, for sure.
What happens if Tyreek either retires or he's traded or he's cut? Waddle's going to go 3 rounds before this. Waddle is legit like one of the best players you could trade for in Dynasty right now. Like I feel like because it's all we need is the Tyreek Hill news.
Yeah,
and if that comes through, his value is going.
It is. You're right. So I see Ayuk just went, and I know we always had this discussion, me and T-Rock, every single week. Where you at with Ayuk, Pearsall, and Jennings, and that receiver room?
Man, don't be talking about those other guys yet. They haven't gone off the board yet. I don't want to steal them in these next couple rounds. Oh, see what happens, Fizz.
But no, because
he was top of my queue, man.
But I'm gonna be honest, because usually Ayuk doesn't go before Pearsall. Usually Pearsall goes before Ayuk, so that's why I asked. I was kind of surprised.
Talking about being different, Pearsall is my wide receiver 19 in Dynasty, so he would.
Oh, shit.
Well, we got Takao. Takao had his 49ers logo up, so we should expect that from him. But
I mean, dude, I'll say this: take the name out of it, okay?
Yeah.
If I told you that there was a wide receiver out there in Dynasty that is languishing in the 30s and 40s in ranks, he had a lot of his rookie season was washed because of injuries, and the guy got shot. And he comes back, and after he gets his legs under him, and Debo is hurt, or a veteran, I'm taking the name out of it. A veteran wide receiver is hurt. He closes the season with 2 top 15 finishes when the team says, we're going to insert you into a big part of this offense, and you're going to see if you can answer the call. And, oh, by the way, he's got first-round draft capital to his name, and he happens to reside in one of the best offenses in the NFL. And tell me then, why in the hell should Ricky Pearsall be ranked where people are ranking him?
Yeah, there with you. I think that he was one of my
insane to me for me having him top 20. But dude, like that's where I'm at with him. Like
he does 2 of the most important things you can ask for a wide receiver. He's an amazing route runner, and he's got vice grips for hands. So, I mean, what more can you ask for than from a wide receiver? With all the opportunity he has, he doesn't play the same role that anyone else does in that offense. You talked about how, you want to look for a different archetypes in the RB rooms. It's the same thing with wide receiver room. There ain't no one like Pearsall that plays for the 49ers.
Nope, there's not. I'm with you, man. Like he's too damn cheap. Like I know it looks like a reach on this board, but like when we flip over the cards and say if he does crush in the 2025 season, Ayuk is probably going to fall in value. Jameson Williams is going to be a free agent. Tyreek Hill's fall in value. Metcalf's going to fall behind him. Pickens will fall behind him. Olave, we got concussion issues. McLaurin's going to be freaking 30. Zay Flowers, if he puts up another wide receiver 3 season, falls behind him. Like all these dudes that are getting drafted in front of him are probably going to drop in value if he has that breakout season this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was between him and Kamara, and the only reason why I want Kamara is because I needed an RB, and I am not very hopeful with Tyler Shuck leading that offense. I think it's going to be Kamara on first down, Kamara on second down, and Kamara on third down for this New Orleans Saints offense next year. So as good as he was last year, we might expect one last amazing year for Kamara.
I don't hate that. The thing about Kamara that I think I'd like the most in Dynasty is just the fact that with the contract that he got this offseason or whenever he signed the extension, he's got 2 years. So he's got this year and next year where he will definitively be, if not the bell cow, the workhorse in that offense. And that's all that's all we're kind of asking for in Dynasty, these older running backs. Give me 2 to 3 years. Give me 2 and we're good.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I wanted to ask you, DBro, with these rookies, of all the landing spots, which one was your favorite?
Out of all the positions?
Yeah.
Cool.
Which one were you the most excited for?
I mean, RJ Harvey is the easy low-hanging fruit here, but
yeah,
I'll bring up 2 more guys. I'll just spray the board. I'll give you 3. Tedero McMillan landing in Carolina. People like when we were doing the draft stream and stuff for Fantasy Pros, like Joe was talking about how he wasn't feeling it, and I was like, dude, I love this. Like he's gonna be the unquestioned number 1 wide receiver. And if you think Adam Thielen at 35 years old is the real big thing to worry about there, then apparently you missed the whole reason of why McMillan is a top 10 pick in the NFL.
You might as well be buying into Hunter Renfrow coming back too.
But seriously, like we're talking about this like highly drafted, really damn good prospect goes in the first round of the NFL draft, and we're talking ourselves out of him because of what, a 35-year-old wide receiver and a former first-round pick that couldn't even draw more targets last year than Jalen Coker or Adam Thielen. I'm sorry, like that is. I love the landing spot for Tet, and if it's not Tet, the other guys I'll bring up in this conversation. I love Trey Harris. He was my wide receiver 3 my wide receiver 2 pre-draft, my wide receiver 3 after the draft, behind only Tet and Hunter. Yeah. I love that landing spot. I think there's an out where the Chargers throw a lot more than anybody think they're going to throw this year, and he's the clear number 2 in that offense behind only Ladd. And I'll throw out Jaden Higgins, man. Getting top second round draft capital, getting that guaranteed contract. The dude is going to play inside outside. And I've heard people talk about Jaden Higgins and saying, oh, he's very similar to Nico Collins. And again, I'm like, did you watch his film? Like, did you really watch his game? Because he's nothing like Nico Collins outside of being big and fast. That's it.
Sometimes that's all it takes for people to say that, you know?
Their games are absolutely different. Jaden Higgins, I think, is going to play in the slot some. Like, I think he's going to play 30, 40%.
Oh, fuck you, Jaden.
That is a damn good pick. Adams, I almost took Adams over Pearsall, but I thought in this room with as far as Kittle fell, I thought the age could get him pushed back to me, but I almost went there too.
I've gotten him in almost every draft, DBro. I absolutely love Devontae Adams.
Again, Adam, I'm just high on the Rams this year, dude. Like Adams and Puka, I have in my redraft rankings. Both of them are wide receiver 1s.
Biz, which one of us has the Rams going to the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, let's go, baby! Let me pick here. I bet Rams futures for the Super Bowl and to take the division as soon as Stafford re-signed.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't have him going to Super Bowl, but you know who I got going to the conference was the Rams. So we both locked in.
Let's go.
But I'm gonna be honest, who I had going to Super Bowl. We all know who it is, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my Ravens. That's what we agreed upon.
Yeah,
that's what we agreed upon. Yeah.
We going JJ McCarthy to the moon, baby. We going Vikings to the Super Bowl, man.
Dude,
He's got the Vikings. I have the Rams. Go.
I made a
we
bet on
both
JJ
have the
for
Ravens.
MVP. I'm not gonna lie, I made a bet on JJ.
JJ for MVP. Sheesh.
Holy shit! What are those odds? Like 1 in 20,000?
They're long. That's why I made the bet. They're long, and there's a better. I mean,
Man,
the thing about it is when it comes down to it is to be in the MVP conversation. It's not just that you have to play really damn good, dude. Sam Darnold's ass was in the MVP conversation last year. The Vikings.
You have to come out of nowhere. You have to come out of nowhere and surprise people.
Man. Kevin O'Connell, baby.
A team that wins 12 or more games. You have to be on a really damn good team, and the Vikings could be. Dude, they won 14 games last year. They could do that again this year, and then he's in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
but thank y'all for giving me James Conner, by the way. That Trey Benson ain't taking his job. If he stays healthy, he ain't taking his job.
DBro, I thought I was going to be sniping you. You've been sniping me this whole damn time.
Rob, you definitely should have picked
man. That's not my fault.
You should have picked 107. You should
pick 107. That's not my fault. You picked your own spot.
But how
I would have gotten Luka. I would have gotten. Oh my Lord!
How do you say you're gonna snipe the guy and you pick behind him? What sense would that make, bro? Come on, man.
Because I was thinking about the veteran side. I was thinking about Joe Burrow and getting, and all those other picks.
This for yourself.
I did. It's just like.
Come on,
it's some freaking Star Wars Obi-Wan. You have done this yourself.
I love it, dude. Damn, man, wide receiver dried up fast in this draft.
Luckily, I got two really proven guys in Marvin Harrison and Pickens.
Theo, if you ain't gonna take no running backs and get your first one, Aaron Jones is a good way to just make way to clean up the rest of what you left behind.
Yep. And you can pick up Jordan Mason and you lock in there.
Well, I don't know. Rock might take Mason before Rock gonna take Mason before you get back. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't happening.
I love it.
I don't think we've had anyone that agrees with us more on all of our favorite players.
I'm telling you, man, we a good trio, man. One thing I will say, I don't, you know me, Rob. I let you guys do all the hard work sometimes, and I be like, man, let me follow my guys because I trusted what they say. Now, once you put the blueprint down, then I start doing my research because it is names that I know about. I might not have looked at the way that you look at them, so I trust your process, both of y'all, right? So I kind of just look like it's almost like cheating off y'all homework. I look over and say, man, what they write down? And I look over. You know what I'm saying? My teacher said,
Chris be calling us the night before the test, but like, hey, man, I need some of these answers.
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes
I'll slip them to you.
Sometimes the teacher say keep your eyes on your own paper, but sometimes you got to look over, man. And that's what I do with y'all. So I appreciate y'all putting in that work. And I always go behind y'all and look at the guys that y'all put out in front of us. And I will say, man, I haven't been led astray yet, man. So I appreciate what y'all been doing. So we all locked step. And I'm not gonna lie, man. My boy Patty said, hey Patty, man, listen. My boy Voorhees, he knows what I do. He loves he took Sutton from me. I was gonna go Godwin and Sutton. And in the midst of running my mouth, I took Andrews. But we all know Kyle Pitts is always my guy. I don't care. I'm standing on it. Pitts season 5, hold me to it. It's going down, baby.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, Fizz. I wish I could be there with you. I can't be there with you, baby. I'm done with Kyle Pitts.
That's how I stand on this hill alone. Because when the water get to flowing, everybody gonna have their cup. Man, I was there. I told you. Yeah, I know.
Well, my cup's gonna run over with this dude when he's a top 5 tight end this year.
It's all good. It's all good, baby. We gonna be here, man. We gonna be waiting on you. We waiting on you.
Evan Ingram, baby. I'm here for it. Big season.
Now that's a hell of a pick. That's how you clean up.
Big season coming, baby.
See, I'm kind of worried we saw the best of Evan Ingram. He's going to a new team. Things don't always click for a new team, especially at that age.
Sean Payton different, man. And Ingram was hungry. Remember, I always preach this, Rob. Ingram, he tweeted. Man, whatever he was
in Jacksonville, that's for sure.
Bro, he was mad that they cut him. He said, okay, I'm going to show y'all something. Sean Payton signed him in 5 seconds. They ain't wait till the next day, 3 days later. Soon as he got cut, he had a job in 5 minutes.
I'm in targets. Who if it's not Cortland Sutton leading them in targets, who's it going to be?
See, what I'm worried about is since they're such a dominant defense and now having RJ Harvey,
Shout out Patty, man.
I think they might be a run first team and they don't get that many passing opportunities.
I think they're going to throw. They're going to throw enough. But I mean, because here's the thing, even if they're all right, let's play that out. Okay. So Philadelphia was about as run heavy as you could possibly get last year. Like nobody could run more than the damn Eagles last year. When you have such a consolidated passing attack where it's literally like these two twin pillars of targets, it doesn't matter as much. Like it hurts I mean, obviously, if we're talking about 130 or 120 targets versus like 150, 160, obviously, yes, the 150, 160 is better. But like there was no other full-time like receiving option period in the Denver passing attack last year outside of Cortland Sutton. So like this year it's going to be Sutton and it's going to be Ingram. Like who else is it going to be? What, Pat Bryant? Okay, well, he's a rookie coming in. We saw that work for Marvin Mims. You got to earn your way. So, like, I don't even know if he's going to be a full-time player. Like,
damn, I was high on Marvin Mims, too. He did not pan out the way I thought it would.
He didn't, man. I think Ingram, assuming health, and I know it's a big if, but, dude, that's every freaking NFL player. Like, they're modern-day gladiators, all these dudes fighting, man. Like, so staying healthy is a roll of dice for anybody putting pads on. So, if he could stay healthy, I think we're going to see top 5 tight end Evan Ingram. I think he's going to challenge Cortland Sutton for the team lead in targets. I think last year he was banged up, so tossed last year in the can. What I care about is the guy that was tight end 4 in the previous year in fantasy points.
Holy shit. Shizzle's actually made a good pick. Wow. I totally forgot Will Howard was on the board. Fuck.
Y'all could say that. I don't think it's a good pick, but y'all can.
No, I'm about to say I don't know about that one.
It's a
man. You're picking Chuck over Will Howard. Bro, that guy,
Russell Wilson is at least got.
The NFL got that wrong, DBro. The NFL got that one wrong.
What, on Will Howard?
Yeah, I think so.
We must have watched different tape on Will Howard.
Rock is an OSU fan, man. So
well, there we go.
You didn't see those last few games.
No. Fizz explained it perfectly.
I exposed them, man.
That's all I needed to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, and those games were a better sample than what we saw from Shuck in, what was it, like 5 or 6 years?
Rock, are you going to tell me that you hate JJ McCarthy just to complete the Ohio State fandom?
No, I do like JJ McCarthy. I think it is kind of wild, though. I think it is kind of wild, though, that we are so high on him with just half a preseason game, but I'm all for it.
I'm high on him because I was high on him as a prospect. Nothing's changed that, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually right with Penix. I put Penix actually right there with JJ McCarthy. I'm really high on Penix.
This pick is a hedge. If this rookie does not pan out, this is the guy that's going to lead this backfield this year. If Bailey doesn't hit, Tank Bigsby was hella efficient, breaking tackles all over the damn place. If it's not going to be Tootin, I think Bigsby wins the job. The ETN might be traded, man.
Yeah, I think so too. I need some help with my pick. So I'm between Javonte Williams, who's probably going to be the RB1 for Dallas, which is going to be a better offense this year. Which I don't. All right, fine. And it's between that and Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's the other guy.
Come on, Rock.
Jordan Mason, or like we are still playing in tight end premium. Like you are passing over Dallas Goedert too, or we're right about that.
Dallas Goedert only does anything when the other two guys are dead. He doesn't do shit unless that happens.
Fine.
I'll go Hunter Henry.
Okay, I like me some Hunter Henry now. That's my boy right there now.
You talking about Dallas Goedert that has been tight end 10, tight end 12, tight end 5, tight end 8,
which means nothing. Which means nothing in
here we go.
Circles. It doesn't.
I know.
You can get the tight end 10. You can have the tight end 14 or 15.
Okay, hold up.
Like 5 rounds later.
You're making a case against Dallas Goedert, but your ass just drafted Hunter Henry. Tell me how that makes any sense, Rock.
Because he had a better year than he did last year. That's why.
You were talking up a mid tight end 2 over a guy that's been a tight end 1. Rock.
All right.
Tell me how.
I want to go for where the hell did Dallas Goedert finish last year?
He's changing the subject on me.
Hey, the clip going up on a Tuesday, man. It's going up, baby.
He talked down Goddard, but he
It's
drafted
going
Hunter
up,
Henry.
Here it is, D-Bro. This is the reason why. Me and Fizz
Goddard, but he
will
drafted Hunter Henry.
we will
I don't
always
get it.
draft the guys that we like. We will. We will never draft a guy who we don't like. I do not like Dallas Goedert.
That's fair, but I'm just like,
I'm with that one. I'm with that one.
the problem that I have is you can't make the case against Dallas Goedert when you drafted Hunter Henry.
He played better than he did last year. And Hunter Henry could be the receiver 2 behind Stephon Diggs on that offense. Dallas Goedert is never going to sniff that. Yeah, he was last year, and I think he will be again this year.
Hunter Henry, tight end 15, and fantasy points per game.
What was he last year? He was tight end 15.
I just said tight end 15.
Man, I thought he finished a lot better than that.
Dallas Goedert has not finished lower than tight end 12 since 2018.
Come on, Rock. Man, Hunter Henry was the tight end 12 last year. Dallas Goedert was the tight end 28. What are you looking at? That's his point per game?
Yes, don't hit me with total points. That's all.
All I care about is total points. All that matters is what you did for my team for the entire.
All I care about is who stayed healthy, because that's all that is. That's all that is to me. I don't give a shit about total points.
Availability is the best ability, D-Bro.
Well, okay, and you're injury prone until you're not. I'll hit you with cliches too.
All right, man. Listen,
this is what happens, Fizz, when we get two people who are in the analytics that just have their own analytics, so we can attack each other with it.
I'm all about it. That's why I love stuff like this.
Yes.
Like people think that like when you get all into it in shows and stuff like that, like it's not being rude, it's not being dismissive. Like, if you can't defend what you think about a player, then you need to go back to the drawing board. And I think like
100%.
This conversation, people going back and forth and defending what they think, that makes us all better, dude. Because then I'll go back to the drawing board at certain times, man. That just makes us all better, man. Like, we got away from, you don't have to be an asshole and troll people, but you can have constructive conversations. You can have disagreements, and that's okay. That's okay.
Society gets better. We all get better when people are able to have these constructive conversations. 100% with you. Yeah.
And if you can't give your friends shit, then who are you supposed to give shit to in this world? Like, I mean, like, for real.
Exactly.
Like, if you can't talk smack to your friends, then what you gonna do? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're not my real friend if you can't do that. It's just like, you can't be real with me. You can't challenge me. That's what I'm all about. So I love it, D-Bro.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Y'all said all that for me to say Kyle Pitts top 5, baby. That's how we doing.
Fizz from the top rope. Fizz was waiting, man. He was waiting. He was like hearing it all build up. He's like, all right, I got y'all.
Hey, Fizz, when me and D-Bro are yelling, this is what it sounds like when the doves cry. Just us going at it with
for real.
That's a Prince reference for you guys.
But nah, we appreciate that segment, man, because, hey, this late in drafts, you got to stand for what you believe in, more so than ADP, because we might go 28, 30 rounds in most drafts. But when you get to these guys, man, it's like, just get your guy. You know what I'm saying? Whether ADP or whatever stat line you come up with, yes, these are where the gems are drafted and, they push you to that playoff run. But ultimately, man, you get your guy in these later rounds. And you just have fun, because I always preach this, Brody. The reason why so many orphan teams and us selling, trying to figure out who to fill up this league, is because somebody drafted a team that they didn't want. They listened to some guy on the internet tell them to draft this player, this player, this player. And now when they lose, they say, man, I didn't want these guys anyway.
Yep.
But if they drafted the guys that they really wanted and they watch and they root for, you can take a loss or 2 or 3 with the guys you love. So at the end of the day, man, love who you draft and draft who you love, man. That's how we going to do that.
Everybody plays Dynasty. Like, I've gotten to a point where I've been there and I've played portfolio style, and I've been in 30 to 35 leagues. But like, where I'm at right now, like, I'm so busy with work and stuff, I've condensed mine down to like, I got 5 teams right now. And So like when I approach rookie drafts, I'm drafting dudes I want or I believe in, and I don't give a shit if I draft them across all 5 teams.
Yeah, that's how you
But
do
that's
it.
how I'm playing it, because what do I want to get out of it? I want to draft guys that I believe in. I want to draft guys that the process tells me to draft, like my process. And I'm not playing portfolio style. Like everybody's got to focus on how they're approaching it, how many leagues they're in, and how they want to handle it. And for me, it's all fun. It's all vibes, man. Like I want to draft guys that like I believe in, the skill set, the talent, the tape, all that stuff lines up. And that's how I approach my leagues that I'm still in.
There we go. And look, bro, that's why, again, coming from you to somebody that actually does the work, I say this all the time. Like I said, people that just watch it. The reason why people don't enjoy playing fantasy is because they don't have a process. They follow somebody else's process. And then when it don't work, they blame that person and say, you told me to draft him, or you said this. Well, if I tell you to buy a car, that doesn't mean you got to buy it. You got to like what you like at some point, right? So
you press the draft button. I didn't put your finger on that.
That's all I'm saying, Brody. That's all I'm saying, man. So before we get out of here, Brody, man, we're going to have you zoom through some of these teams. We're going to save our teams for last. And I will say this, my boy Vul, he's picking right there behind me. He literally sniped every pick that I wanted. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think I started off right, but I ain't feeling the rest of my team. But we'll get to mine.
He's already explaining how bad his team is.
my boy know exactly how I get down. But we start with Voorhees. I kick it off with him, and we get to our teams last. He took Cam Wood, which I think ultimately, like I said before, is a cheat code to start off with that guy. He went and drafted 3 tight ends in the 2 tight end premium with Taylor, Ferguson, and Bowers. I mean, these 3 can be tight end, 1 flex spot, all that good stuff. Then he come with Caleb, Brees, JT, and then just tap the receiver button all the way down till he went and got his guy. He wouldn't be a Kansas City fan if he didn't go get his guy. And he got Rashad Smith, man. So I know that was way early to take him, but he's a Kansas City fan, so he's just gonna stand on what he stand on. What y'all think about Mr. Voorhees before we jump off the boat to Shizzle's team at number 3?
I don't hate it, man. I mean, I think like this is a kind of team where if things don't break right for you this year, you could be like looking at like this is a full rip down, tear down kind of team. Like you got a lot of guys that are like a year, like Sutton's gonna flow past the age curve. Jawan Jennings, he's in a contract year, so he's probably gone next year. Same thing with Brees, same thing with JT, could be moved on. It's like this team is like I try to layer, like when I'm drafting and stuff like that, I try to layer a lot of different, not just like youth, but like situations, like guys that got like 2-3 years of certainty versus guys that were like, the way that you get into a spot for me also when I'm in dynasty startups is like, if I got like basically half my damn team is in contract year or say like they're 1 year away from just dropping a ton in value possibly or hitting that age cliff. That's where the part where I'm like, I try to layer like a lot of different situations that all makes sense. Like, so like this team just worries me. Like could it be walking into 2026?
Okay. I don't know, bro. I think it's young enough though, man. I like the youth on it.
No, it's young. It's just, it's uncertainty. Like what happens to Brees? What happens to JT? If they don't re-sign McLaurin, if Sutton doesn't get a contract, Jawan Jennings is gone. Like that's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. What you thinking, Rock?
I like the upside in Brees Hall and Jonathan Taylor. Like Brees Hall has been falling and falling and falling during this whole offseason, and I want to be hopeful for him. We'll see what ends up happening during the season. Jonathan Taylor, he won people championships, including myself. I think it's solid. It's just not, I'm not sure if it just has enough oomph to be like the best team or the second best team. I think it's definitely a playoff team, especially when best ball, you have the upside in Zay Flowers. Yeah, I think it's just solid. I don't know. I can't really knock it. I especially love the tight end room. That's probably my favorite with Mason Taylor, Terrence Ferguson, and Brock Bowers.
I fairly like it myself, man. I ain't gonna lie. But moving on to this guy here, man, Mr. Titanic himself, Mr. Sink the Ship, and no life rafts whatsoever. Brody, man, kick us off with my boy Shizzles. Let us know what he had going on, and if you think he fixed whatever he broke, man.
Tell us what he was smoking.
That's he drafted from the 103, right?
Yeah. 103.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my fault. His name his sleeper name is EA, but his name is Shivers.
Yeah. I mean, the quarterback room is rough, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The quarterback room is rough. The running back room looks solid-ish.
He's got the king in Amarian.
I mean, yeah, I'm lower than Amarian than a lot of people, but like I don't hate Amarian long term. Like, it's a solid team, man. I mean, I guess like for me, I don't punt in Superflex. I don't punt the quarterback down the road that far. But I don't hate it, man. I worry about like this is the kind of team where it's like, are you looking to tear down off of some assets if this team doesn't pan out this year? Like, I think it's solid, man. Or are you looking to try to like you're going to be probably considering what some of these other teams have and the quarterback hoarding? You're going to be paying through the damn nose to go out and try to trade for a quarterback.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Brody. The reason why I think it's crazy looking is not the players he has; it's where he took.
Where he took them. Yeah.
And when you look at
Yep.
Ladd over Neighbors, and you know those Drake May,
I mean, dude, even London over Bowers in this format.
That's like, what I'm saying.
I love London. Don't get me wrong, man. Like I got him ranked very aggressively, dude. But like in this format over Bowers,
that's like I said. The players he got, I love. Everybody know I love me some Drake London and Ladd and Penix, but just where he took them is just to throw off. So it's like you want to kudos to him for having a solid list of players, but where you took him, the value you could have had is what really threw off the team. So,
and I would say this too, like if you were to replace London with like take a quarterback there, like if you would have had Herbert, May, Caleb, take any one of those three quarterbacks, like push it down, or Nick Stroud, like take any quarterback, your quarterback du jour there, whoever you want. I probably feel a little bit better about it. Like just taking the quarterback over, and then you're still staring at a wide receiver room of Ladd, Rasheed, and then Jordan Addison. Like that's probably where I'm at. Like I feel like they pushed quarterback a little bit too much. But the other thing about it is maybe he was like kind of how you were talking about Fizz. This is also like maybe not thinking that the other side of the board was just going to absolutely just hammer the hell out of quarterback.
It happens every draft, though. So
that changes.
We should have expected it, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
We should have. Go ahead, Rock. Let us know, man, how you feel about this. You called this one out first before everybody.
Shizzle's team made me think of a YouTube series I hadn't seen in 20 years. Do you guys remember the Unforgivable videos that came out 20 years ago?
You talking about Chick-fil-A Unforgivable?
Exactly. That's what I think of. Him taking Drake London and Ladd McConkey over Malik Neighbors and Puka or Amon-Ra St. Brown is wild. Freaking unforgivable.
Or, I mean, BTJ was still on the board. Nico,
I love BTJ too.
Yeah.
That's me. I'll put it this way. That's making a statement. Like he said it with his chest and he said it loud. Okay.
It is not.
He did. He ran out in front of the gunfire thinking that he was invincible and that he's going to be the first one wasted. That's what's going to happen with this team.
And the thing I hate about it, though, because I don't mean to keep going on this team, but when you look at it off paper, when you just look at it on the Sleeper app, you might say, man, this is not a bad team. But when you go to this draft and see everybody that he could have had, that's where it's going to be like, no. So, damn, Rob, good throwback with that one, bro. I actually found out about Chick-fil-A from that video back in the day. So, shout out to that. Shout out to that.
Let's
brother.
Keep it moving.
What if he would have look at his team and what if he would have taken instead of London and Ladd? What if he would have taken Bowers and Neighbors? Like, how we be feeling about that team then? Like,
crazy,
damn.
Bro, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he slid on Rice and took Penix and Brock Bowers, I'm not Baker Mayfield or Turns.
Yeah, like if he would have double tapped quarterback, like gone like Baker and Penix, and
that could have changed everything. That might have been.
There's no world that I want to live in where Sam Darnold is my QB2. I'll just say that. Like no way in hell.
DBro, I could tell you, I live on that world in one league, and it's hella awful.
It sounds horrible. It's
hell in the cell, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like eating cold Taco Bell that you left out overnight.
Oh hell nah.
No, it's worse than that, DBro.
I don't know. It's pretty bad, dude.
The helly that one, man. But yeah, shout out Shittles, man, for coming through and always drafting with us, man. I guess he wanted to surprise us, man, give us a little conversation. So we appreciate you, my boy, for tapping in. Bleed Green came through. And Rock, man, you know I can't talk too early about these Eagles fans. I'm gonna let you holler at Bleed about this one, brother.
So Travis Hunter, one of my favorite players in this prospect. I have him firmly at the 102 right after Genty. So I love that pick right there. I like Jack Beck. I love Jalen Noel. Patrick Mahomes, I hope that me and Fizz, we've been talking about a revenge tour for him this upcoming season. So hopefully they go more towards the pass, stop running the damn ball all the damn time. Yeah. So
come on, bro. 4,000 yards, man. Pat, he owe everybody, man. He ain't losing no more Super Bowls, man.
And our thinking behind that, DBro, is we saw how bad it was, in that Super Bowl. We saw them get embarrassed in one of the worst losses we've seen in recent years. So we're going to think that they're going to want to try to go back to being a pass first team. So
I don't know, man. I would love to be there with you. I think that this version of the Chiefs is this version of the Chiefs, dude. Like,
this version sucks, so they're gonna have to change something.
I'm about to say something, and I know I'm about to sit here and slander arguably the best quarterback, the GOAT, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Like when it's all said and done, maybe Mahomes is above Brady as the best to ever do it. But Patrick Mahomes, by the numbers, legitimately over the last 2 years has been one of the worst deep ball passers in the NFL. Like, it's not even, dude, he's been horrible throwing the deep ball. So, like, this version of the Chiefs offense, like, sure, we could talk about talent. We could talk about all that kind of stuff. The part that doesn't get talked about here is that, like, how bad, and I got somebody at 8 o'clock at freaking night blowing leaves outside my damn window, if y'all can hear that.
They're working hard right now.
I'm like, golly, man. Like, I respect it, but, dude, you're, like, mowing the yard with the damn lantern on your head. But anyway...
you say it's too hot in Texas, man. You gotta wait till the sun go down, man.
The thing about Pat, man, is I think this version of the Chiefs and how bad this offense is, nobody's laying all this at the feet of Patrick Mahomes. Dude, there's a lot of this offense, like the fact of how horrible they've been as a deep passing team, how condensed and all this underneath shit. There is a lot of that needs to be laid at the feet of Patrick Mahomes, and you don't hear anybody doing that.
Well, to be fair, though, who have they had outside of Xavier Worthy?
Okay, hold on. I knew you were going to go there.
Thank you.
But the problem with Patrick Mahomes is it's not just the wide receivers. It's the fact of, if you look at his numbers, his catchable ball rate and his on-target rate, those numbers stand up agnostic of who is getting open and who is not getting open.
Gotcha.
That is all on Patrick Mahomes, is saying, your ass isn't even throwing an accurate ball downfield. So it doesn't matter if the person's covered or if they're wide the hell open, because the shit ain't going to him anyway. So, like, that's where I come down with, like, it doesn't matter about the wide receivers when your ass can't throw an accurate pass past 20 yards the last 2 years.
Well, when you play in a league with Anthony Richardson, things can always be better when it comes to passing, but that's fine. But Anthony Richardson, actually, believe it or not, he was one of the better deep passers. So I actually just destroyed my own argument there. But outside of Patrick Mahomes, that was a great discussion. Like Saquon Barkley, I don't know if he deserves to be the RB1 like he was last year. I think last year is the best that we're going to see from him. For him to repeat as an RB1 next year, I think is fool's gold. I think he'll still be good, though. Garrett Wilson, we'll see what he does with Justin Fields. It should be better. I like Sam Laporta this year compared to last year. I just talk shit about Anthony Richardson, so you already know how I feel about that. James Cook had 18 touchdowns last year. I don't know if he's going to get 18 this year. I do love Mike Evans. I do like David Montgomery. Keon Coleman, I can't stand. And Travis Kelce, I think we saw the very best of him. So I don't know about Travis Kelce this year.
I like this team outside of the QB, outside of the quarterback room. I think it's a solid team outside of the quarterback room.
Yeah, I love it. I love it too, bro. I even like the Kelce pick, man. I almost took Kelce over Debo just because, man. So I like the team too, man. Unfortunately, my brother Bleed Green, man, the Phillies fan. He did a good thing, man. I don't know if he got a little bit of how he been studying, man, or what, but he did pretty good on this draft.
If you look at this team, if Richardson starts all year and he runs like he's supposed to, so then he's a top 12, top 15 quarterback.
Yeah.
This is the kind of team where you're like, you flip over the cards at the end of the year and you're like, holy shit, that was a playoff team. And they went, maybe they go to the championship. Like that's the kind of team this is. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like in 2026, but if Richardson were to start and you took a flyer on like, maybe you got a Geno Smith as your QB3. Like if you solidify the quarterback room some, or you hit some luck, this is the kind of team that can make some noise this year.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Brody. What you about to say, Rob?
No, I agree. I think that's a good point.
All right, well, J Mac, man, we appreciate you. I believe this is my first time seeing you, brother. So glad to have you, man. And he went, my boy Tet. Tank for Tet. I was screaming that since November of last year, man. You gotta go get Tet. My Cowboys didn't do it, which I knew they wouldn't anyway, even if they had a chance to. But we got Tet with the first pick. You went Williams in the second, which he can be the number 2 clear over there in New England, with Hunter Henry being over there, right, Rock? And then, and then he got another one of Rock's boys right there. Then he went and got this. To get Neighbors right here, bro, is crazy work, man. Like, I don't think Neighbors
that's wild.
has ever fallen this far in any draft we've done. And the fact that he did, that's an automatic double tap. And to have Tet, Kyle, Lamb, Neighbors, I see why he didn't draft another receiver for a while. So I love that he got to take advantage of that. Got Brock Purdy, who Brody and Rock believe is a top 12 guy. Irv got Bryce Young. I believe the quarterback scarcity was there, but he got his guy. He got Chuba, Mixon, Devontae Adams, hell of a steal right there in round 11. Team. Then he got Kraft and Benson. So I don't know much about the Benson pick, but it's so late. Who cares? I will say, though, this got to be at least a top 2 team right here for sure.
Yes. This is a good paper.
100%, J Mac.
Outside of the Benson pick, I love every single pick that he made.
Yeah, this is a damn good team. Now, I will say I'm not in on Kyle Williams, but I could be wrong. So even hedging that, like, dude, this is a nasty team. Dude.
Yeah,
like, you're talking like you're starting 3 and like what do we have, like 1 or 2 flexes, like. So you're rolling out a starting lineup that has Neighbors, Lamb, and Tet, and then you got Adams in the flex, and like
that's crazy.
Like this is it's a nasty team. Dude.
Yeah, it's a hell of a team. At the 105, this is how you drafted the 105, J.
It's a damn good team.
This is my first time seeing them come through. So if this your first time doing this format, brother, you killed it, man. So Brody, you let us know about Shockwave, man. What we thinking right here?
Oh. Let me see. I actually hadn't even looked at this team to this point.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll let you go. I should have gave you Bro Brian right in front of you.
No, I mean this is a solid team. Now, I will say about Shockwave, you're really going with Justin Jefferson has to anchor that wide receiver room, and if Luther Burden doesn't pan out for you, you're going to be hurting. But overall, it's a solid team. I have big questions. I feel like you lean too much into the running backs. I got big questions at wide 100%. Receiver and wide receiver and quarterback. That's where I got big questions at, man. Like,
I think Josh Jacobs over these quarterbacks that went behind him. I definitely
I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have taken a quarterback there, especially when you started with May. Like, people are over their damn skis about Drake May. So, like, if you think May is a top 5, top 7 quarterback this year, more power to you. But like, that's kind of where drafting him there says. I'm not there, but I get that people are. But that's kind of with me. Like, I feel like this went way too running back heavy for this team. Like in those middle rounds, I would have gone at least one of those pick quarterback or another position.
Yeah, I think of all the top rookies that are, from last year, Drake May's the one that I have the hardest when I look at all of his metrics. I mean, he wasn't like in the top 6 or 12 in almost nearly every metric that I looked at outside of rushing. That's it. It's his rushing upside that people are so high on. So I'm never going to be able to get Drake May in any draft, especially with people like your dude Pat, who have him like really, really high.
He said 700 yards. Drake May.
I know he loves May. I'm just not there, dude. Like I saw flashes from May. I'm going to toss this to you guys. Do y'all have any questions about his rushing this year? Because that's where I feel like I don't know if he's going to run for 500 or 600 yards. Like I really don't. Like Josh McDaniels could sit this dude down and make him like strictly a pocket quarterback. Like the only time we've seen him like with a guy, and I know a lot of different quarterbacks, and there's a lot of ways you could take it with Josh McDaniels at the helm, man. But like, I don't know if Drake May is going to run enough to make him that damn good in fantasy if the weapons aren't there and he only throws like 19 touchdowns this year, dude.
I think if your two top receivers are Stephon Diggs and Hunter Henry, you might be running for your life in order to get a first down. That's it.
I mean, and the offensive line is still kind of like, we're like, oh, we feel a little bit better, but it still isn't good.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think they drafted a running back so high to not have him run as much. If they didn't take a running back so high and they went later on, maybe I could say, they've given him a little bit of leeway. But you drafting a running back that high, you're pretty much saying we don't want our quarterback to have to run for his life. We want to put some running backs behind him to move the ball the right way instead of forcing him to run all around. I still like his running upside. I just don't know if he's going to be, top 12 and running as far as quarterbacks go. I can't lock that in for sure.
I don't either. And that's kind of where like some of the metrics are good. None of the metrics were great for me last year. Like I wanted to be very clear about that.
Yeah,
like,
none of them were.
I'm not nearly as high on May as most people. I'm honestly like, but I'll tell you this, I do feel better about May long term than I do feel about Caleb. I'm still like, I'm very 50-50 about Caleb. Like, bro, like he was legendarily bad as a rookie. Like you can't.
Ben Johnson, Brody, come on, man.
Dude,
give us some love.
It's a
Eberflus was legendarily bad.
I
Johnson
get that.
and Johnson, baby. Come on, now. Baby, oil it up.
Eberflus can be bad. Shane Waldron can be bad. Ain't none of them sitting here in the pocket and telling Caleb's ass to throw inaccurate pass after inaccurate pass after inaccurate pass from clean pockets, inaccurate pass after inaccurate pass.
Hey, some of those passes were to, DJ Moore, who was going to the bench instead of going out for a route.
I'm just saying, man, like, when you put up in your rookie season a legendarily bad rookie season, like to ask you to not go from just like you were horrible, dude, even if he becomes a league average starter this year, that should be looked at as a win for Caleb Williams, but it won't. Unless he like blows up this year, people are going to sour on Caleb if he doesn't have this just monster ass banner year that everybody's projecting for Ben Johnson and him.
Well, one thing I'm always say, Brody, and I always say this, coaching, man. I think Ben Johnson, he said out loud, Caleb is the reason why he took the job. Now, maybe he was just saying that to give his guy confidence. We don't know. But I'm just saying, I believe
he had to say that. He kind of had to say that if you take the job at the Bears, like, what are you going to say? Like, oh, Caleb sucks?
I get it. But I just believe when you got a guy like Caleb who we all kind of thought he had a little bit of, not character issues, but a little bit of pizzazz or whatever you want to call it with him, thinking that he might be better. Think about Jaden Daniels. When Jaden Daniels came in, he's always been, people love him, right? They don't look at him as cocky. He just a cool guy. Any room he walks in, he not running his mouth. He just smiling, chilling. Caleb was the one that came in. He kind of ran his mouth a little bit and he soured with people. So he had to prove him wrong and he didn't. I believe a Ben Johnson can help him believe and get that confidence back. Like, you really are that dude. You just didn't know how to tame it. And I think Ben Johnson is there to do that. So I'm going to go with the coaching and just bet on the coach getting him right.
For him, I hope so. I'll just say
I hope so. He could have said that this is a historic franchise. He could have said from top to bottom, this is one of the best rosters in the NFL. He could have said, I want to take on the challenge. The fact that he first said, I came here for Caleb Williams, that was kind of surprising to me. I don't think I've heard that many players or coaches come to a new situation and be like,
bro, like, I'm not putting anything on it. Like, it's coach speak, and he knows where his bread is buttered. If Caleb sucks, he's getting fired straight up. So, like, he's got to say whatever he's got to do to get his quarterback's vibes back. So, like, I don't blame him for saying that, but I'm not putting any stock in the fact that he said it. Like, what else is he going to say? Because straight up, if Caleb is not good, Ben Johnson is fired. Ben Johnson, his tenure in Chicago will be looked at as terrible if Caleb is not good.
That's why he's going to be good, Brody. We got to bet on it, man. You got to believe,
dude.
You got to believe.
For Caleb's sake, I hope he's good. I do.
Got to believe.
DBro wanted him to say he came there for DeAndre Swift. That's what it was.
I don't have to ask him. I mean, look, he can say I relish the opportunity for this team and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't, all that stuff, just go straight over my head. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Well, overall, though, Shockwave, like I said, we had a couple of miscues with some of the picks. We wish we would have took quarterback in a certain spots. But solid team. I mean, Shockwave always hit, man. I've seen him kill the draft. I've seen him lose the draft. So this is probably like a mid team if I had to give it a rating. But Rock, we're gonna let you go to Bro Brian, man, our Houston Texans brother, and let us know how you feeling about this team.
So he goes Quinshon Judkins, Jalen Milroe, and Devin Neal. I like probably of those three picks, I probably like Milroe the best. I would put him more towards the end, but in this type of format, I've just been growing more and more. He's the guy that I'm willing to reach on. Of all the rookies, I'm willing to reach on Jalen Milroe. And then he goes Jalen Hurts, which I think is a fantastic pick right there. Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. Brown, I think, is a very solid wide receiver room. Baker Mayfield to pair with Jalen Hurts, I think, gives him one of the, at least on this side of the aisle, I think it's the best QB room. If you look at all of the QB rooms to the left. So I think that's solid right there. We talked about Kyron Williams earlier. TJ Hawkinson has within his range of outcomes. We have no idea who JJ McCarthy is going to really prefer outside of Justin Jefferson. It could be JJ Hawkinson over Addison. We just don't know. So that's a very good pick right there. DJ Moore and Jacoby Myers. I really like Jacoby Myers. DJ Moore keeps falling and falling. The question is, where does he fall until he becomes a value? So I don't hate DJ Moore at that spot. Tony Pollard, I mean, he was the last decent starting running back at that spot right there. So I love that pick right there. You got kind of lucky with that pick. And then Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith was very productive last year in a very up and down receiving core for the Miami Dolphins. So if it's up and down again, Jonnu Smith, maybe he won't be like a top 6 tight end like he was last year, but I think he'll definitely be top 12. So overall, I think he did the very best he could with everyone that was drafting around him. So I think I still put him as a top 6 team, playoff team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you laid out, man.
Like I'm with you.
Yeah, I like this team. It's solid through and through. I think we could pick apart the running back room like with Kyron and Tony after this year, but Judkins there that's going to definitively have a role for the next 3 to 4 seasons. What happens with Devin Neal if Alvin Kamara gets hurt? So maybe those two guys step up, but the wide receiver room is solid. Tight end premium, you leaned into that when you should have, and you got value at wide receiver. That's a solid team, man.
Yeah,
everything Rock said, especially with getting what he could get when it was available. So I like what he did with that. Brody, we're going to skip over you and Rock. We're going to go to Team 2, Patty, Theo, and we're going to close out with us 3, and we're going to let these people have a good night, man. Team 10, I can't remember who it was because they left, but we appreciate you joining, brother. I was trying to think who it was. I don't remember who it was, but he did get RJ Harvey. I just kicked this one off. He went Harvey, Higgins, Bryant. Now, I'm not going to lie, to get Harvey and Higgins, bro, man, that's a hell of a start right there. That's if I had to say so myself, man. You come back and get Lamar Jackson, Trey McBride, Jordan Love, and Kyler Murray. Those are 2 quarterbacks I can say I don't really take a lot, but to get them where you got them and to have Lamar, you got 3 gems at the QB position that you could feel good about for the rest of the season and beyond. And then you just double, triple tack the receiver room and say Worthy, DK, Ayuk, Diggs, Pittman, and you throw Swift in there, whose job seems to be secure this year at least. I like this team, man. On paper, he did exactly what Rock just said, and with the best available of what was available, he took, I believe. And yeah, man, to get Trey McBride this late, most times, bro, Trey McBride go like 4-5 picks early, man, in this format with the 2 tight end premium. So I like everything Team 10 did, man. I wish I remember who it was, but shout out to you, bro. I like this.
The Cow.
Oh, yeah, it was the
49ers.
Cow. Our 49ers guy. So, yeah, I like this team, man. No complaints at all with this one. And I guess he'll figure out running back in the next couple of rounds. But so far, so good with this.
This is the team that comes knocking on your door, Fizz, that says, hey, I got a quarterback. Are you going to give me Genty, Bijan, or Gibbs? That's the team that comes knocking on your door.
Yeah.
And then Fizz tells him to go kick rocks. That's exactly what happens. Because there's no chance he gives up any of those.
Hey, Rock, you know what's going to happen, bro. I'm going to say go kick Rock. You know what I'm saying? Because
they're going to come at you and say, look, I'll give you Kyler Murray and DeAndre Swift. You give me Gibbs. Good deal?
Yeah.
Deal?
No
You know
shot.
what's
No
that? You know what
shot.
would be happening.
Listen,
No,
baby.
I agreed, but I'm just saying,
I'm
man.
gonna be honest. You know what I'm gonna ask him, Brody? What's the price on Lamar? Then we're gonna start from there. We ain't gonna start
Yeah.
from the bottom.
No,
We're gonna
I
start
feel
from
you.
the top. You feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah.
We're gonna start from the top. But yeah, overall though, I do like the team. I like, what he got out of what was available. And yeah, I think getting those 3 quarterbacks, at least he has the presence to say if someone needed one, maybe I don't mind moving to Love or Kyler. And I got the young guys with that triple rookie stack that he got out of what was available too. Overall, I like the team though.
What I'll say about my only other note on this team is this is how you build a wide receiver room when you play Dynasty Best Ball.
Yes,
That
sir.
looks like that absolutely looks like a tier down Dynasty Best Ball wide receiver room. Like you don't need, like, you got so many bodies, you're gonna get enough production.
Yeah, I'm with that. I like that. I like that that take. Rock, where you at with it? If you gonna go to Patty, you go to Patty, Rock, and then DBro, we let you close out with Theo, and then we jump to our 3 teams.
The only thing that I would say about the cow is that I absolutely love that it wasn't just me that was doing the QB horde. When 2 teams do a QB horde, it completely just changes the whole landscape of everyone else. It
But I'm
puts
gonna
the
be honest,
fear
Rock,
of God in them.
I don't
Made it
think,
interesting.
I don't think that's a horde though, because he got value. I don't think those 3 quarterbacks is a horde.
He wasn't like you. He didn't take 4 quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
that
think-
was
But here's the
payoff.
thing.
I think
Him
what I did
taking
last
Kyler
week-
Murray, he didn't need to. That forced, after I took Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence went off the board, there is a tear down from Dak Prescott to Justin Fields. So
Well, yeah.
it may not feel like a horde, but him not needing to go Kyler Murray and him going Kyler Murray changed the whole landscape.
Well, I
So-
say this: if he would have took Higgins and then took Dak right there, or instead of Worthy, I still would have liked both of those moves too. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
still, like I said, I just, because last week, I had like 5 quarterbacks by like round 10. So
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
that's like,
crazy.
but I had literally like 5 quarterbacks that can run 600, 700 yards too. But I
Yeah,
just
it
say
was
that
awesome.
to say the horde, to me, that's a horde. I don't think what he did was a horde. I think he just made a choice and
All
said,
right.
I'm
I
not going to
misspoke.
let.
No QB horde. He went QB heavy
Well,
though.
no. The only person I think like actually pulled off the hoarding here was you, Rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think what you did was
Appreciate
actually
that.
a horde. I think what he did was say, I'm not letting Kyler fall past me for a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So he just
I think
took
he said,
value
I'm
to
getting
me.
3 premium quarterbacks and I'm out the game.
Yep.
I'm not, and I'm
Well,
not
QB
drafting
happy.
anymore. I'm done.
Gotcha.
But the
Okay.
QBs damn sure went on that right side. That's for sure.
They
That
did.
ended up being
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
But-
Change
So
the
go ahead,
way-
Rock. You go ahead, rock with Patty, man. Let us know
Okay.
what Patty had going on.
So love Caleb Johnson pick right there. Matthew Golden pick. It's pretty wild. A first round wide receiver is going at the 202, but that's the world we live in. Harold Fannin, man, I wish he would have went to any other team. I love Harold Fannin, but I don't know. I have to just hope that after Njoku, maybe they don't re-sign him after 2 years, and Harold Fannin is the tight end of the future. So it's going to be wheels up for him.
Well, and
Then he-
Njoku's a free agent after this year.
There you go. So if they don't re-sign him next year,
You know what?
man,
forgot to move
I think
us.
they're going to wait to see what they get out of Fannin his rookie year.
I
So if
think
he
Njoku's
flashes,
gone. I think
You
Njoku's
really-
gone.
he's such a staple though. Like, I mean, after freaking Josh Cribbs, Njoku and Nick Chubb have been the guys. But hey, Nick Chubb is gone, so maybe Njoku's gone next year. So we'll see what happens. Josh Allen, BTJ. I absolutely love BTJ. CJ Stroud, I have to hope that, with a new OC and an offensive line that isn't, decimated with injuries and inept coaching, that they turn things around and are able to protect him a lot better. So I do like the upside in CJ Stroud there. T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, J-Mo. A lot of those guys were wide receiver buys for me last year. So for him to get a few of those guys, I think that's pretty awesome right there. And Darnell Mooney, just to cap things off, I know that he didn't perform as well with Penix, but I think we'll see what he does in the offseason this year. And then to get Chase Brown to pair with Caleb Johnson and Brian Robinson, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Chase Brown guy, but, outside of we were talking about earlier, Kyron Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown was one of the best utilized RBs in those last few weeks of the season. So, and they didn't draft anyone outside of Taj Brooks of consequence. So I think it's going to be wheels up again for Chase Brown. Overall, this team, I think it's a really solid team. There's really
love it,
nothing outside of, Kyle Pitts, Fizz's
Huh?
favorite player, and Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that's it. But I mean, outside of that pick, I think everything else is pretty damn good. What do you guys think?
I love this team, bro. I have no hate on it at all. Not just because of the Pitts thing, but to get Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, BTJ falling right there. Then you come back with Higgins. And I mean, I know people are soured on Tyreek Hill because of personal reasons, but the man is one play away from a touchdown every time he touched the ball. And if J-Mo really gets this hype that people have been giving him over this summer and does what we think he can do on a contract year, I mean, I love this team right here. It's a automatic locked-in playoff team and could really challenge some other guys when the playoffs start.
And with them drafting Isaac Tesla, you know, J-Mo can be more versatile. He doesn't have to be the sole field stretcher or burner for that team. He can be used on different routes. So I actually think J-Mo can even be better this upcoming year than he was last year. But he was pretty decent last year.
Yeah, I think it's a solid team, man. I like it all over. Like, I've got a few more questions about Chase Brown than a lot of people do. But
yeah, I'm right there with you.
If he holds on to the role, then I mean, he looks like a screaming value there. You got Caleb, who I think is going to flirt with close to 300 touches this year, who's going to smash.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, I don't even have a problem with him right there, man. Like, I mean, you're just now. I'm not saying I wouldn't have taken Kyle Pitts there, considering Evan Ingram and Njoku, Kraft, and Ferg are still on the board.
And Hunter,
like,
yeah.
That's the name you said, not me. But like taking Pitts in these rounds, taking an upside swing, I don't even hate that where he's going. It's the players that he went ahead of that I have more of a problem with.
Yeah,
like if you would have flipped like whatever, take Darnell Mooney, flip Pitts and Mooney where they were drafted, and I'd say based off of where they went, I'd feel a lot better about the team. But like, I think it's a solid team through and through, man. I agree, definite a playoff team.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, close us out, man, with Theo, and then we brag about our greatest teams of all time, and then we let the people go, D. Brody.
I mean, Theo did the damn thing. If you're going to run like a 0 RB dynasty team, this is how you run it, man. Like,
and look, we knocked him for the tight end thing, and then he came back and said, I'm going to show you something.
I'm not in on the tight ends, like going with those two guys where they're going, only because I legitimately think that every single 2026 buy low dynasty article that will be written is going to have Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren in it. I will be shocked if they both get enough volume and pay off to where people are hoping and drafting them right now. Chicago is such a crowded passing attack, man. And I don't want to go back. This is not me being a Caleb hater, but this is a legitimate fact. We have not even seen Caleb Williams support one really damn good weapon in fantasy yet, much less 3 or 4. Like, that's a fact. He hasn't supported one good weapon in fantasy yet, much less 4. So, like, to say he's going to support all of these weapons, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burton, and Colston Loveland, like, that's a whole hell of a lot, man. Like, you got to throw for like 35 touchdowns at least, like going over 30 and over 4K passing yards to even have a chance to do that. So
Biz is still holding out hope for Cole Kmet too, so don't forget about him.
Hey, man, draft night. I need to stop falling in love with tight ends because every draft, man, Michael Mayer, I was screaming and hollering, and then Brock Bowers came, and now this happened. So I'm over the tight ends, man, except for Kyle Pitts, man.
I mean, it's just I like this team. If you're going to build a 0 RB team and a dynasty squad, and then like after round 11, you're just going like, I'm just taking dart throws on all these rookie running backs, like, or other running backs, because we eliminated a lot of the rookies, but still, like, you brought up Taj Brooks, all of those guys, DJ Giddens, like this type of build that Theo has, like that's what you're doing, man. Like, you build up the squad, you're building it up. Now, like after round 13, you're just going running backs. I'm just tossing darts, baby.
Yep. And it's best ball. That's what best ball is best for,
I mean,
right?
Again, like I said, like with Team 10, that was a best ball wide receiver room. This is a best ball running back room.
Yep, I'm with you. No, I like that. I like that analysis on that. Well, look, Brody, you want to go with yours, or we gonna rock? Are we gonna go with?
I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think. I can tell you, I love this team.
That's not how we.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling my last like 5 picks. I kind of like next week. Y'all gotta let me do this over and get my first 4, and then I just because I kind of like was talking and listening. And I was like, damn, bro, my mind.
So you don't think Shuck is gonna Do the thing.
Well, no, I'm saying my top picks. I'm saying where I got to. I say Mark Andrews. So from Mark Andrews down, I don't know if I would have changed or not because looking at the board, I maybe.
Yeah.
But I just know from Godwin down, I probably, the board kind of had me scrambled. But
those are your best picks, Fizz.
Okay, so y'all break it down for a minute. Y'all tell me what I did.
Oh, DBro, why don't you break his team down?
I mean, we could sit here and talk about quarterback questions and all that kind of stuff. But if you're looking at this room for 2025, if Shuck is the starter, if Shaduri is the starter, you got 4 quarterbacks and a best ball team. You're probably getting decent quarterback production out of those 4 guys, like mixing and matching every single freaking week. The wide receiver room I don't hate. Love your 3 running backs. The only thing I hate about this team is the Cup and the Debo picks. That's it. But besides that, I can make sense out of every single one of the picks that you made. I could tell you that I'm not a fan of the quarterback room, but dude, this is the kind of team where you're going to be making moves during the year. You know what I mean? You're going to be making moves. If your team isn't contending, you're shipping off Andrews, you're shipping off Godwin, you're shipping off Cup and Debo. You know what I mean? This team could look very, very different if you're super hella active with it. But from where you are to the end of the year, I don't hate it.
Well, I'm going to say this. The only thing I will say is gambling with the quarterback thing, because this side has took them all. If I had to redo it, I maybe would have took a Penix right there where I took JSN and then built the rest. But I don't hate the team. I just know I got a little lost right here at the end. But go ahead, Rock. Go ahead.
To your point, though, Fizz, if Penix is only a QB2 this year, what the hell is the difference between Penix and Tua? You know what I mean?
Well, long term, I get what people would say, but I'm with you. I believe if Tua can stay healthy, he could finish at number 17 at the end of the year, bro. He can do that. And
he's probably, if he stays healthy, he's probably going to outscore Michael Penix this year. Straight up.
That's true. I got with me having Bijan though, I probably should have took Penix. But the team, me having that running back room, I never got a chance to do it. I never seen nobody else get it accomplished.
Nah, I like that.
So the fact that I got that, I ain't mad. But go ahead, Rock. Let me know, and then we're gonna go to you. We're gonna close out with D Brody, man.
This is what it looks like when you don't draft your guys, Fizz. I don't think you. This is you. You're right. You do not like.
You're 100% right. Go ahead, Rock.
You do not like RBs all that much. I'm definitely the RB guy between the two of us. So the fact that you went out of your comfort zone. Here, this is what mocks are for. This is a fake league. This is never going to happen. You got to dip your toe into the RB room. You got to see what it looks like. And despite having the 101 to 103 when it comes to RBs, you do not like your team. So you now know never to ever do this in a real life league.
Rocky got drunk on that point per carry, though, man.
He did. Well, see, that's the is too. That's
what's so crazy.
Those shots were tall, baby. Those shots were tall.
You know what's so crazy? The fact that you just proved to me that I need to get. Now, don't get me wrong. These guys are my guys, but you are 100% right, Rob. Even if this team was good, I'm still gonna question it because I don't draft running backs.
That's the way you want to build a team.
So I say all that to say, for all the people watching, take it from me. No matter what ADP say or nobody tells you, go get your lineup because I love this team. I could figure it out, but Rock just explained it well. This isn't a team I would have drafted. I would have had a whole nother outlook of this team. But I like how you just broke that down, Rock. Damn, right? That was good work there, my brother.
No, that's legit, man.
But I like the team, but you're 100% right. This isn't a Fizzle team whatsoever.
Well, because you walk away from it looking at it like you look at it like you said on paper, but at the end of the day, you feel like you're wearing somebody else's clothes.
100%, bro. Yep. So when you get that jersey on, you gotta have your number, or you ain't feeling it, baby. So I'm with you on that, man. I appreciate that breakdown, man. But Rock, we on to you, my brother. Brody, go ahead, man. Let us know what you feeling about Rock. He's the one that sniped you, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like I did more of the sniping than he did. But we'll hear about that.
Tables were turned.
We'll hear about that in a second. So I'm digesting this team right now. I mean, you pulled up the quarterback horde. Your wide receiver room is very solid.
Yeah, solid.
I feel like this is the kind of team where you can outside compete if everything hits right this year. But this also feels like a team dude, you might be better off even next year. If Marv plays better, but he really hits the ceiling in year 3, if Ekbuka's path is clear next year, this feels like a team where you get in as like the last team in for the playoffs, but then you make a deeper run than people realize. But next year, you're like one of the top 6.
Yeah, that would be the dream. I think, what I learned from, what was it?
I mean, Hunter Henry is definitely the linchpin of this roster, though.
That's what I was thinking, too. You kind of need that last pick to tie all
tight
things
end
together.
production, baby. Like, you got to get it.
Absolutely. But no, I really liked what Mike broke down when we had him on and he did a QB horde, is that he says the best way of going about it is to have a good mix of both young players like a Marvin Harrison or an Emeka Buka and Pickens, but then also some veteran talent. That way, if things don't break your way, you can trade away like the Kamara or the Pacheco or the Shakir or the Hunter Henry, and then just lean in for another year, and just trade back. So I think that's the way that I went with this.
All right.
Yeah. My bad, man. My kid's over here talking to me. Yeah.
My bad. I was playing Mortal Kombat with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, man, I like what Brody said about your team, because even if not this year isn't the year, right? You got Pickens playing for a contract, but he might have a long term somewhere if it's not Dallas. Maybe somebody else values what he's going to bring. Marvin Harrison could take a step forward, and in that ultimate next year, he is that guy that we've been waiting on. Sometimes it takes time for the oven to heat up, man, for these players to get cooking. And then
needs Kyler Murray to grow 2 inches. Besides that, that's fine.
Hey, Rod, don't give away your secrets, man. Don't give away your secrets, man. But I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I love this team, and having the left side look how it looks. You can call Shizzles up right now and say, listen, man, I know you like the Cowboys. What you going to give me for Prescott? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of teams on that side that could take your QB4 and be happy with it. So
he can give me Ladd McConkey, and then we'll have a deal on that side.
Nah, hell no. I'm vetoing that one, man. But but nah. I like what you put together, brother. Yeah, no complaints on this side, man. I like
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I like it. Solid team, man.
I think I did pretty good. I was trying to be the hunter, and I ended up being the hunted. So I think I did pretty good, with all things considered there.
Well, look, we're going to go to Brody. I'm going to let Rock.
I'll rip me apart, man. Go.
I'm going to let Rock. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to let Rock finish, because he is the one that said he sniped you. He was going to snipe you, and it doesn't look that way at all. So I'm going to start it off and say number one thing, right? Excluding what my team went through. DBro, this is a DBro team, right? And this is why I love drafting teams that I like and that I love to watch on paper. Because you already said Jackson Dart was your guy. Trey Harris is your guy. Hunter is your guy. Then to get Chase, you pretty much told us if you didn't have Dart, maybe Hurts would have been the guy that you took. But getting Dart and knowing that you trust what he's going to be, that gave you the opportunity to get Chase. Then you get your guy Puka. You get your guy JJ. I mean, this is literally a my guy team. If you had every jersey on this team, D-Bro, you would not be mad at all. You wear every single one of them 100%. So I can't complain about a team that a guy got everybody that he loves. And then getting Evan Ingram, I think, to me, was the X factor, though. I think getting Evan Ingram right here, especially when, like, I took Andrews because, one, that's my guy, but Ingram could easily outscore him this year, and I wouldn't be mad, and I could actually see it. But getting the way you got him after I got a guy like an Andrews, man, I mean, hey, bro, you got Justin Fields from me, man. You damn sure got at least a good 1,000 yards rushing in your quarterback room between both of your quarterbacks for sure. So this is the my guy team if I ever seen one, Brody. That's for sure. You should have got Hunter Henry with your last pick, but outside of that, though, I like the team, man. What you got, Rock? Go ahead and let him know how much he hurt you, man, and how much you stole from him, brother.
I shouldn't have challenged the champ because this is easily the best team on the whole board right now.
It's crazy work.
I think it's the best team by far. I was devastated from the very first round, the fact that Jackson Dart didn't fall to me. But you know what? If he was going to go to a team, there's no other better team than DBro's team right there with Jackson Dart. I love Trey Harris. He's in the same tier as Higgins and Burden for me, so I love that upside there. Jarquez Hunter is someone that we had a great discussion on earlier that I'm, he keeps rising up in my ranks. Jamar Chase and Puka Nacua has to be, it's right there with CeeDee Lamb and Malik Neighbors, but I'd probably give it the very, very slightest of edges to that wide receiver room right there. And then JJ McCarthy Kenneth Walker, every single pick that you have. Someone could argue that Justin Fields might be the weakest pick that you have. But here's the thing. I don't think anyone is going to – Tyrod Taylor is not going to be taking over at any point next year from Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to play the entire season outside of an injury for the New York Jets. And would it be so crazy for me to say that this is the best situation in Justin Fields' entire career? If you look at all the weapons that he has to work with, they're better than anything that he had to work with in New York. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson over DJ Moore. I'm going to take those RBs that he has in the backfield over everything that he had in Chicago. And I love Mason Taylor as a tight end. So I think this is going to be – I want to be very hopeful. I know it's a new situation. I know it's a new head coach, but, man, I'm pretty excited for Justin Fields. So, yeah, there's literally no picks on here that I don't see the upside on.
The one thing I'm going to say about Justin Fields, Rock, to rebuttal what you said, is confidence from the coach. I believe Aaron Glenn has already put it out there that he believes in Fields. He's given him the opportunity. And I believe in Chicago and Pittsburgh, he got benched for being 4-2. And in Chicago, it was all over the place. So I think he finally has a coach that's literally saying to you, you are my guy. This is my first year as a head coach, and I'm not going to let you fail because it'll make me look bad. So that's what I love about it most, is the confidence to the quarterback from the coach. So
if Aaron Glenn is not making him cry on the sideline, I think this is going to be the best Fields that we ever see.
Fields just got to play with confidence, man. Like,
that's what it's about, Brody.
Too
confidence,
long,
man.
too much stuff. Like, does he still read the field slow? Sure, but that's why, dude, with the Jets, that's why like that offensive line should be really freaking good this year. So like, if they give him time and he can. It's about him playing with conviction, man. Like, trust your eyes and grip it and rip it, dude. Like, don't play. I mean, this is your career, man. This is your time to sit here and go out and say, like,
now
look, I could be the answer for a franchise moving forward, or I can't. So it's all in front of him, man. Like, you know, the one thing that I could say about the Jets that we haven't seen happen yet, dude, Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen are still out there on the waiver wire, man. They still haven't gotten jobs. And say what we want about where they're at in their respective careers, both of them are still miles better than Alan Lazard, Malachi Corley, Arian Smith, who is new Clifford Franklin in the league. But like, so like, you know, my bad. I dropped that a lot. No, actually my comp for Arian Smith that people go double. It was Clifford Franklin. But, like, I mean, Fields has it all in front of him, man. I think Mason Taylor is – you want to talk about the situation of, like, the dollar store version of Sam Laporta? Like, Mason Taylor's probably going to get, like, 100 targets this year, dude.
So we like to hear.
He's going to get a shit ton of targets. Like, so I'm not a huge Mason Taylor guy as far as, like, what I saw from him as a prospect. There's nobody else.
Everything.
Exactly. Mason Taylor is the prime, like, you draft him now, you enjoy the production, and you trade him away.
I wasn't the biggest Terrence Ferguson guy, and he went to our freaking team on the Rams. So, yeah, I'm right there with you as far as Mason Taylor, too.
But I appreciate it, man. I'm happy with this team. I felt like it was solid. Able to back up a lot of volume and some veteran guys at running back, taking the upside swing on Bigsby. Like, the part where I really liked this team was the Kittle and Ingram double tap, like getting those two guys. Like, I mean, dude, if I got a deficiency of one of these other situations, then I'm just trading Evan Ingram if he's healthy and he's just balling this year. I could trade him and fill a hole where I need to.
I'm gonna be honest though, Brody. You said it during the draft. Getting James Conner was a big steal too, because I didn't even realize Kenneth Walker was your only running back at the time, really, the starter. So getting James Conner pretty much gave you that locked in. I don't have to worry about what Tank Bigsby is going to give me every week because James Conner is right there. So, yeah, nah, man. Like I said, we appreciate you coming through, Brody, as always. For those that need a screenshot, get your screenshot. For those that's tapped in, man, we appreciate y'all all the time. And let's bring our faces back up. Listen, bro, We glad to have you on the mock. We glad that this is probably our longest show so far, I believe. I think 2:11 is like our usually time. We don't drink those, but they usually it's like the timeline on our thing, 2:11. But I will say, Brody, to have you in the mock, man, is always a pleasure. Have you on the channel is always a pleasure. But looking at your team, other teams, what do you think about this format now that it's finally complete? And when are you ready to come on and join the league with us, man, on this, man? We're going to put the pressure on you, man. But it's
Pat already said he's in it. Pat already said he's in the league. So you have to...
man, hey, Brody, listen, my goal is, since I'm the one that put it together, and I know a lot of people, you know, some people are in fit. We got a Hill Bullies. He's in like 65 lineup leagues and like 77 leagues total. So I know you're not in that range at all. I think a lot of people are tearing down. But my goal out of all of this, one, to kind of present it, let everybody do it and introduce it. But at some point, I do want to kind of have fun with all the guys I rock with, that I chop it up with, and bring them on this train. I'm not putting pressure on you live. I'm just saying.
You make it a best ball league, I ain't setting a lineup. Yeah, I'll be in, baby.
There we go. Hey,
as long as I ain't got to set a damn lineup, I'll do it.
What the hell?
Hey, there we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. So I will say, though, I'm glad that you do want to be in it. Trying to diversify it and make it so that a lot of different people from different platforms, man, maybe we meet somebody that we didn't know before, somebody we're not in the league with. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of trying to bridge the gap and bring it all together, man, in one pot so Rock can cook it up. So, but to end that conversation, how do you feel about the format and what's your take on it so far? What you did tonight, bro?
I mean, I love the format, dude. It's a good mix of everything, man. Like you still. It's not long enough. Like, if you were to roll like 4 rounds of rookies on top of this to start it, it'd be too much, and it would deplete it too much. 2 rounds would be too little. 3 rounds is a perfect sweet spot, dude. And I think it adds another level of roster building and how you're going to accomplish that, and how you're going to mix and match and layer all these kind of things. So I think, like, because the thing when you're going through a startup, man, it's all like you're working out all of this stuff in your head as you're building your roster. You're like, okay, what if this? And you're trying to trade back, trade up to the end of tiers and stuff like that. This kind of format, dude, you could build some really interesting damn teams. So whether you wanted to go with, I'm punting this whole year and I'm going to sit here and build and I'm going to grab foundational pieces, you know, and I'm going to trade back. You could accomplish a lot of different things in this format depending on how you want to roll with it.
Yeah, and that's the goal, man. The goal is, because I know Mike preaches this. He's so, because Mike is in 100 leagues. He's like, bro, I'm so tired of doing regular snake drafts.
It's all the same thing, man.
It's all the same thing. So that was my goal, to really try to just add a little bit of flair in it, but not make it look crazy. I know we all try to shoot our shot and make it make sense. And sometimes you're like, look, bro, this is a new idea, but that don't mean it work. You know what I'm saying? So I think this one works. And like you said, the 3 rounds makes it work, because me and Rock had this conversation before. Having 3rd round reversal, it would be a cheat code, because that would never work, right? You can't have Ash and Genty and had a 101 in a 4th round. That wouldn't work. But in order to have it that way, you had to have 5 rounds. And who wants 5 rounds when you can just make it 3? So being that is 3 rounds and the 4th is where it starts. So far, we've done, I think we're like 8 rounds, 8 mocks in on this format, and people seem to have their cue. But this is my first time doing the team I did, and every week I learned something new. So having you here for the first time, we're glad to have you. Rock is always here, as always. Rock, anything you want to holler at Brody before we get up out of here, man?
The only thing I want to say is I want to go back to what you were saying earlier, DBro, about that conversation we had where we went toe-to-toe about our arguments. There is such a value to when people can just be themselves and put their process on the line. And, you know, they put debate at the forefront. They put their process at the forefront. And the whole thing, when we have that conversation, it makes me think about how I can get better as a fantasy player, as an analyst. And when I have these conversations with you and with other people where I can see things from a different lens, that makes me better with my process. That makes me want to emphasize all the things that I'm not emphasizing right now, so I can be more well-rounded as an analyst, as someone who is talking with the people and giving them the best, most actionable data. So I very much appreciate that. That was my favorite part of the show. All the things that you bring to the show are absolutely awesome. You, me, and Fizz, we are in agreement on a lot of different players, which is a lot of different fun. It's very, very fun to be able to do that. But yeah, absolutely love and appreciate the time that you gave us and you repping the South Harmon shirt and all the love that you've been giving us all off season long.
I forgot about that. I like that, brother. I ain't see that, man. I missed that.
I tried to point it out earlier, Fizz.
I know,
I was repping.
I saw it from the very get-go, so I wanted to save that for last.
For the baby gap size, you know.
There we go. I was too busy looking at my dog who's been in my face this whole show, but we appreciate you, though, brother.
When we get some Vibes channels, some merch, maybe down the line, then we can have you repping that too.
Oh, for sure. We gotta send Brody something, man. We gotta send him something, man. But
good,
Brody, man, we appreciate you coming through, bro. Like I said, man, anytime you want to come through, you know the button is clear. We know you're working real hard. You're always busy, but when you make time for us, man, we definitely appreciate it. So hey, man, for those that's on the channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe. You tap in with us always. And anytime you want to join on the mock, we got it in the link every Tuesday night, 7:25 p.m. Eastern time, baby. So, Brody, any words, man, before you get out of here?
Oh, man, just all the stuff's at Fantasy Pros. Check out the podcast. Check out the articles. I'm diving into all the redraft stuff. Later this summer, I'll have my top 150 players written up for redraft. But until then, I've got crap ton of articles I'll be working on. They'll all be coming out at Fantasy Pros. So just stay tuned, man. Love y'all guys. This was freaking awesome, man. Love the format. Love what you're doing. Love all the things y'all bring into South Harmon and all the things to the space, dude. So much love, man. This is a blast.
My man, we appreciate you, man. We rookies. We got our rookie cards, but we trying to get them signed and hopefully have a little bit of value on them. You know what I'm saying? So when that season comes, we'll be right back at you, man. But till next time, I'm going to play a little bit of this trap rock for my boy Brody, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you stay tuned in to the Vibes channel, baby. South Harmon, we got it popping. Fantasy Pros for my boy DBro. We out of this thing. We love y'all. See you next week.
Thank you, Chris. That's good.
Huh?